He will face Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs in November. Thousands of non-citizens voted in New Jersey in the elections in 2023 and 24.
New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill says this happened under the previous administration of fellow Democrat Phil Murphy. More than 6,000 non-citizens being registered as voters in 2023 because of a software error in the Motor Vehicle Commission system.
Fox's Lisa Brady. America's listening to Fox News.
Celebrate 90 years of tradition at the 90th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo. Enjoy 9 days packed with family fun, entertainment, agriculture, and Western heritage. Fairgoers can experience the Arts and Crafts Showcase, carnival rides, commercial vendors, livestock shows, Pioneer Iron Chef Contest, Fiddlers Contest, Mutton Busted, Junior Livestock Sale, Special Rodeo, and exhibits in the Yucca Building featuring 4-H, Open Youth, Flower Show, Farm and Garden, and Creative Arts. Plus, enjoy some of the best fair food in New Mexico. Friday, July 31st, Hispanic Heritage Celebration. Tuesday, August 4th, PRCA Extreme Bulls. Wednesday, August 5th, Faith and Family Night. Thursday, August 6th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink Night. Friday, August 7th, America's Heroes Night. Saturday, August 8th, Volunteer Appreciation Night. The PRCA Rodeo runs nightly, August 5th through 8th, with Mutton Busted and pre-rodeo activities each evening. For schedules, tickets, and complete event information, visit LeeCountyFair.net.
Attention CDL drivers, would you like to have a great trucking job? McClaskey Oilfield Services, one of the leading service companies for the Permian Basin for the last 49 years, has openings for pump truck and vacuum truck drivers. If you have your CDL with tanker endorsement, 2 years of experience, a clean MVR, and can pass the DOT physical and drug screen, then McClaskey's Oilfield Services has a great job for you. With very competitive wages, quarterly safety bonuses, Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance for you and your family, life insurance, personal time off, 401k, uniforms, and many other benefits. For this great career opportunity, apply in person at McClaskey Oilfield Services, 5900 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McClaskey Oilfield Services, the next step in your oil field trucking career.
Wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in or around Carlsbad? WWRV is 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 162 RV sites with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities are included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your gaming and movie streaming. WWRV is pet friendly and well lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact info by visiting their website at www.rvx3.com or call 575-988-0392 for WWRV.
I love Watermania at Cliffs Amusement Park. It's really fun, and there are tons of cool water slides. I love it when me and my friends are under the big bucket of water and get so soaked.
Get your tickets at cliffsamusementpark.com.
Over 30 rides and attractions makes Cliffs a blast for everyone. You never have to choose at Cliffs. You get it all.
Get your tickets at cliffsamusementpark.com.
Be one with fun!
Summertime savings at National Furniture Liquidator. As the temperatures heat up, so do the deals. Most popular 3-piece sectional, 2 colors, just $17.88. A stylish contemporary bedroom set, just $6.99. Reclining sofa or love seat, just $9.88 both pieces. Or queen-size mattresses as low as $1.99. Plus much, much more, and great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators, when it comes to value, quality, and selection.
Nobody beats short.
For over 30 years, Franklin Veterinary Clinic has been providing compassionate and comprehensive veterinary care to small and large pets and their families. When you visit the clinic, you can expect to be greeted by a courteous receptionist, clean exam rooms, friendly doctors, and caring technicians. Franklin Veterinary Clinic is proud to serve Lincoln County and beyond, including Ruidoso, Capitan, Hondo, Lincoln, Carrizozo, Nogales, Cloudcroft, Roswell, Alamogordo, Chula Rosa, and the Corona area. For an appointment, telephone 575-378-4708.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast for Southeast New Mexico is temperatures on this Wednesday reaching a high temperature. Roswell 102 degrees. Carlsbad Artesia 101 degrees this afternoon. and Lovington at 99 degrees this afternoon as well with a mostly clear sky. Lovington temperatures tomorrow at 101 degrees and Carlsbad at 103 degrees tomorrow. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
And let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. It's a pretty good ride so far this morning on most of the roadways. You'll find Alameda in pretty good shape. Eastbound, there's some building volume, but you do run well as you head in toward Coors Road. No major issues in toward North Valley, towards 2nd Street, or toward I-25. The southbound side of I-25 is up to speed, approaching Alameda, and you're incident-free beyond that as you head in toward Montgomery Boulevard, and you're trouble-free toward I-40 after that as well. I-40 going east, you'll find that in pretty good shape so far. That's incident-free and moving well from Coors Boulevard toward I-25. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
I need coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Be in the Breakfast Club, getting you up and informed. Be Monica and Will. News, sports, and the info you need.
Welcome to Be in the Breakfast Club. Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. The question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply with the largest selection of parts for heavy trucks and semis. Call or text now. 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Text line brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
What is that show about?
He DJs. He goes to public school.
It's great. They say everything that people want to say, but they usually don't.
You're listening to the radio.
Hello, radio station.
Someone's listening to me. Now I know how radio feels.
Heard any good radio lately?
No, we heard your show, though.
That's not funny. It was funny when I said it on my radio show.
They talked about me on the radio. I matter. Take that, Dad.
Wow, the power of radio.
Okay, it's magic time.
6:09. Good morning. It is another day in paradise. Will Rooney is in this morning, but not in the studio. He is in the studio. Star Trek studio somewhere.
My ticket's out of audition on the Bricklane.
I think it is. No, it's not. All right.
It's okay.
Wait. No, I hit the wrong one. All right. Now we should be good. God bless America. So, and special guest Elias is back with us. How are you doing? You ready?
Oh, yeah. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I got all kinds of echo B.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is because it's out of audition.
Again.
Yeah,
this is a Kevin run the board thing. We need Tom May to run the board.
Yeah, let me take it out of tell, too. Try it again?
Yeah, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah, shouldn't, but I'm just trying anything at this point.
Yeah, no. I'll work on some stuff behind the scenes. You do your thing, B.
All right, today is Hammock Day. Today is Lion Share Day, National BLT Sandwich Day, Mango Day. I am not a fan of mangoes. Rat Catcher Day, Pie Approximation Day, Summer Leisure Day, Tour de France. Preparations took a scary turn when Brandon McNutley, kind of crazy that that's his name because there's that bar that goes across the bike, and he gets in a wreck. Somebody cut him off. Thank God it wasn't in America, though, because he'd probably be shot. And meteorologists are saying that Hurricane Bertha is strengthening in the Gulf of America. Forecasters warning that there could be a lot of flooding, rough seas all across the Gulf Coast. And when you give a hurricane the name of Big Bertha, you are asking for trouble. So talk to my mother yesterday because they live right there on the coast. And she said, not worried about that, not going anywhere. Thank you, you hard-headed Cajun. American Heart Association says 5 cups of coffee a day could actually be beneficial to you. That's good news for some people. Yeah, and so is that 5 cups of coffee? Yeah, a day. 5 cups of coffee a day could be beneficial. As the guy that doesn't drink coffee, I'll just continue on. The Red Bull. 38th Annual Shark Week getting underway Sunday on the Discovery Channel. And Kaylee Hoddle, the young actress, you probably don't remember that name. Maybe you do. She was on Godzilla versus Kong and killed following a car crash in Maryland on Tuesday morning. And France has become the first country in the European Union to ban kids under the age of 15 from being on social media. I know there is a big push in some states in America that want to do this. I beg to ask the question, though. Where does the parent come in? Isn't that a parental decision? Shouldn't the parents be the one that say, no social media, or we're putting you on lockdown? You know, I am so proud of my daughter and her husband. My granddaughter wants to get Snapchat. She's at that age. She's a teenager. And they made her sign a contract to say exactly what she could do and what she couldn't do on Snapchat. So, parental contracts. What can you do? What can't you do? So, I'm kind of down with that. And if they break the contract, they sign the contract, it's 2 lessons. It's a life lesson. You do what you say you're going to do. It's a binding contract. You stay with the contract. The other thing is you don't do what you're not supposed to do. Both of those. Iran officials met with mediators yesterday in Pakistan, 10th day. And, of course, the bombing continued last night. Marco Rubio, speaking at the Asian summit, said that, look, we remain open to talks with Iran, but saying that consequences, if you agree to something, here we go again, you agree to something, you keep it. So Rubio arguing the fundamental principle of freedom is navigation, and saying navigation is important. Strait of Hormuz will remain open. And Iran are saying they could retaliate with nuclear bombs hitting our sites. I sure hope it's true that the nuclear bombs are disabled. I hope it is. But I think Iran for many, many years has been all talk and very, very little action. All right, we're going to talk about a car dealer in Roswell. Somebody stealing from the car dealer. We'll get to that coming up in a second. 6:14. Question of the day this morning. What is your favorite smell? Favorite smell? And please do not say menudo in the morning. Do not say that. I'm going to go with the smell of the ocean in the morning. Now, it's got to be early in the morning. Smell of ocean as the waves break. It's got that. It's a combination of smells: palm trees, coconut trees, smell of the ocean. It's just a beautiful smell. All right, 6:15. We're going to check the text coming up in just a second. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Warrior Technologies. And tell you what, right now they are hiring CDL drivers, vac truck drivers, hot oil and pump truck certified drivers. They offer competitive pay. Yeah, if you got the experience, they are willing to pay you. And they offer a great package: medical, dental, vision insurance. Call Warrior Technologies today for an opportunity to join the team that values your hard work and safety. Their number, 575-391-1331. That's 391-1331. Warrior Technology. Start your driving career today. Put it in fast forward today with Warrior Technologies, 575-391-1331. They, of course, are a equal opportunity employer. Roswell Auto Group manager now facing 25 counts and allegedly stole more than $66,000. 40-year-old woman arrested in Texas after allegedly stealing nearly $70,000 from the Roswell Auto Group. If convicted of those 25 counts, Rochelle Ruffin from Houston, Texas, could be sentenced to 58.5 years in prison, according to New Mexico Department of Justice. Ruffin worked at the Crumlin Auto Group, in which she was a manager, and she is accused of using her unrestricted access to the company's accounting software. How she got that access is they don't know, but she issued checks to herself, family members, and the amount of $66,296. Now, she also used Zelle to send family members money. And, investigation uncovered 25 payments ranging from $600 to $5,000 before she went to work at the Crumlin Auto Group. Ruffin had a pre-employee investigation that showed up. She worked for the Cole Group and had 2 felony convictions in Harris County. First conviction was for theft by check in the amount of $500 or more. Ruffin, by the way, had some other things that might be on her record, like including the purchase of a car for a little over $37,000. That was also fraud. And so they're looking for this woman in Texas, and close to $70,000 in fraud from the Crumlin Auto Group. Second flood this week in Gallup. They are already cleaning up. Residents in Gallup cleaning up the aftermath left by the flood, covering the entire streets of the entire city, they say. City leaders saying they haven't seen a storm like this in years. It's already 6:18. We are B and the Breakfast Club. And Will Rooney is working on things, so we'll get to the text coming up.
I don't know if that's any better.
Yeah,
nope,
that's better.
Still have that.
I have no echo.
Not for me.
I have no
I have
echo.
echo here.
I'm not
I
here.
got it bad.
You've got it bad? Ay.
Yeah, and everything's right on my end, B.
Yeah, and I mean,
So
I
we'll
use
have to
it every
figure it
day
out.
in the Philippines, so I. Yep.
I know.
No.
Well, we've done it
100,000 times.
Yeah.
No addition, program and tell on the brick.
Whenever
line.
I talk.
That's it. Try it now. I turned
I'm
down.
still talking.
Still?
No worries. We'll keep going.
It's crazy. All right, favorite smell. Will Rooney, what is your favorite smell?
I would definitely say rain in the morning.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yep.
What's your favorite smell? Don't tell me menudo.
Unfortunately, Elias is muted somehow. I don't know why.
Huh. Well, we'll
I'm
fix
going to
that.
disconnect him and let him come
Yeah,
back.
let him come back. Maybe that will fix all of it. Who knows? All right, 620 morning show this morning being brought to you by Fens in Artesia. I'll be heading to Artesia today. Eddy County Fair will be going on today all the way through the weekend. I'll be there. But if you're in Artesia looking for great deals, hey, they've got them at Fens in Artesia. Right now, the boneless beef chuck roast, $5.98 a pound. Get the quarter loin pork chops for just $1.98 a pound. Raw shrimp, 1 pound bag for $6.99. And the boneless, skinless chicken thighs are $2.28 a pound. Green chili, 99 cents a pound. Get the extra large seedless green grapes and red grapes for $1.99 a pound. And the Washington cherries are back at $2.99 a pound. Hey, download the coupon. Get the exclusive digital coupons online. You can get the 10-pack of Coke $1 off right now. Other savings, how about the deli? You can save right now on the oven-roasted turkey breast for $7.28 a pound. Black Forest ham for $5.48 a pound. and they've got lots of specials. What about Pepsi Mountain Dew Big Red? They've got it, 2 12-packs for $12. Save today at Finn's and Artesia. We'll check the weather. Weather for today calling for another warm day today. I was in Lubbock yesterday. Temperatures were like 103. We did not get that hot in southeast New Mexico. High temperature today, though, we're close. 101, 74 coming up tonight, 102 tomorrow. And by Friday, 104, 102 for Saturday for southeast New Mexico. Flash flood watch in effect. 60% chance of rain for Ruidoso. 83 for the high. 20% chance of rain tonight, down to about 62. 20% chance of rain throughout pretty much Thursday and Friday. Increasing rain for Saturday and Sunday for Lincoln County. And for Albuquerque this morning, up to 93, sunny skies, 69 for the overnight low tonight. You've got a slight chance of rain tonight. Increasing temperatures Friday up to about 98, and you're going to hover around 100. But by the weekend, you've got at least a chance of maybe some afternoon showers. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa. They're offering a free consultation right now. Go talk to Dr. Rath. A free consultation for your pain. If you are living in pain, they have multiple things that they can provide. Yeah, procedures that they offer. And talk to Dr. Rath, and he'll recommend the one that he thinks that will meet your needs. So check them out today and get that free consultation. They're also offering Botox for $11 a unit, administered by an RN. And if you're suffering with allergies, allergy injections are $65, no appointment necessary. What about red light therapy? If you're suffering from psoriasis, red light therapy, I am told, really, really helps. They also offer cryotherapy and more. It's just $30 per session. Brand new location, 1034 Meacham Drive, Ruidoso, 575-257-4772. Check them out today. You know it's bad when Walmart is locking up meat. You heard me right. California Walmart it started with hair products. Not that I have to worry about that. But started with the hair products. And now they're locking up. Yeah, I see. Very envious, bro. Very envious. So Walmart's locking up meat. You want a T-bone? You're going to have to request the T-bone so they can unlock the... How bad is that? How sad is that? The world that we live in today, it's crazy. So they said that beef prices surging and when shoplifting surging also. Excuse me? What's that in your pants? I'm sorry, I got a couple T-bones in here. Oh, wait, here's a tomahawk steak. This is great. So California locking up their meat. That's crazy.
All right, B, I think we're good.
Yeah. So you hit the magic button?
I did.
You got it?
Did
All
you
right.
guys get
And
me?
we've got a list. Yeah, it's a little echoey in the back. I mean, the mic's there. We just need to. It's just a little far away, I think.
Yeah. Elias, what is your favorite smell?
Gotta be rain.
Oh, well, and we don't get that a whole bunch. So when we get it, it's something special.
It's special, exactly.
So I'd love to hear from you. Text line is open. Our number 877-396-9105. Give us a call today. By the way, the morning show powered by Permian Ford. Find them at PermianFord.net looking for a brand new car or truck. Go by and see my buddy Daniel. Text line being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Stop in and talk to Mr. Bill today, amigo-machinery.com. And, of course, the question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto and Big Truck Parts. If you drive one of those big O semis and you're looking for parts, they've got you covered. Will Rooney in the text, if you got that up already this morning at 6:26.
I don't. So give me just
I will go back to you because Will Rooney is into sound engineering this morning. If you missed this yesterday, Pete Hegseth went before Congress. He's trying to get that is it $1.7 trillion budget. And what he's saying is that they've spent $37 billion on the war in Iran. And there are people that are losing their mind over that number, but I just remember Biden sending $200 billion to Ukraine. Hell, here's another $150 to Ukraine. And most of that money was sent without congressional approval. And the same liberals said nothing about this. Nothing. So at least they're going before Congress and saying they need the money. And wars are not cheap. We know this. But I'll say it again. It's better than a nuke dropped on top of my head. It is. But maybe that would help with hair growth. I don't know. Probably not, though. I wouldn't even be here. So I'm doubting it. All right, Netanyahu canceling his trip to Washington amid the apparent tensions with Donald Trump. It's not that Mandani is saying he's going to be arrested. He wanted to make sure everybody knew that. It's that tensions are very high between him and Trump because Trump several times has had to say, look, we're negotiating right now. Back off just a tad, man. But Netanyahu is a warmonger. He is, no doubt. His goal is not to get out of this war. His goal was probably to completely annihilate Iran. So his goals are a little different than Trump's goals. So he's not coming to Washington, D.C. Now, yesterday, Mandani did speak on the whole thing of having Netanyahu arrested. At least he admitted that he has no power to do so. He said they have looked at every avenue and they don't have the power to do so. At least he admitted that. Lil Wayne siding with President Trump on the ballroom, saying we really, really need the ballroom. Thank you, Lil Wayne, for that. Trump getting the approval from people that I would like. Lil Wayne's not going to back that. All right, we're going to talk about Greg Abbott, healthcare in Texas, birthright. Yeah, when it comes to birthright, citizenship for sale. And military fitness experts are bashing Secretary of War Hegseth about his workout videos. I'll dive into that coming up in just a second. Hey, let me get to the tweet of the day this morning, being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. They would love to chat with you today about your needs. They do pretty much everything. Wash, dry. They can fold all your clothes, dry cleaning, pressing, starching. And if you're working in the oil field and you've got really dirty, oily clothes, that's not a problem for them. They're used to that. Or mom, if you're just tired of doing laundry, they can accommodate all your laundry also. Check them out today. North Star Laundry, find them 609 West Lee in Carlsbad, 604 West Church, Carlsbad, 406 West Cedar in Loving. One-stop shop for all your laundry. Check them out today. All right, we didn't have to go far to find the tweet of the day. The governor giving her top 5 list.
Universal free childcare. Getting outside in New Mexico. Tuition-free college. Clean underwear. 30 cups of coffee. And we have to add, because it's the New Mexico way, Christmas chili.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why she had to throw in the clean underwear. I mean, isn't that something that we're supposed to do anyway? Clean underwear. And I'm glad we finally understand the mind of Jasmine Crockett. Everything is about race. You've got 2 teams playing for the World Cup. You have Argentina, you have Spain. Argentina is a bunch of racists. And when I think about that, if I go back a number of years, Spain were the conquerors. Spain went into all kinds of countries and conquered, including Mexico, the Philippines, you name it. They were the conquerors back in the day. And now we look at them, they're not really a big country, Spain. But why is Argentina the country of race. Here's Jasmine Crockett explaining.
The World Cup. The World Cup that captured the imaginations of the entire world when they saw all of these people of color that was playing for all these teams. And ultimately, if you recall, the last two teams, it was Argentina and Spain. And it seemed like the vast majority of the world was rooting for Argentina, or actually against Argentina, right? And why was that? Just give me an explanation if you could guess. If you'll just let them finish the answer.
Spain had the best team. Maybe that's why they were rooting for them.
There's also a racist history that exists.
Mr. Byer, you're recognized.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
By the way, this conversation was not about the World Cup or racism. But that's what you get from Jasmine Crockett. All right, the slap heard around the United States. I don't follow baseball. We've talked about that, but I am a Cubs fan now. I am a Cubs fan. Fan at the game does not stand up for the national anthem. Guy in the stands goes to him, tells him to stand up. He didn't stand up. Older gentleman pops him on the back of the head. So if you're listening and not watching the video, here we go. Watch the slap. You know, everybody's saying patriotism is dead. Not for this guy. And the guys sitting next to him are looking at him like, what are you doing slapping this kid? Hey, he's up, isn't he?
Hey, he stood up.
Yeah, he stood up. All is good because he stood up. And thank God for that. And at first I thought maybe that was a dad and a son. No, they didn't know each other. But
good. I'm the kid. I'm just. It could have gotten way worse.
Yeah,
and it probably did for that guy. I'm sure he got some backlash somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure he could be charged with assault. I would be. I'm surprised if he's not charged with assault. But you know, this is
for the clips.
Yeah.
Make sure on the clip player it's an audition for me, okay? Because we can't hear the clips. But I know they're still on the air, so you're good.
Yeah. I took it off because I thought
no, that one needs to be an audition.
All right, that one's good. That one is good. So, yeah, I mean, the slap heard across America. Patriotism is not dead. It is not.
No, I think we need to smack more kids.
I agree. I think we need to smack some kids. When we see them standing up, not standing up, we got to go, hey. And this goes back to patriotism beginning at home, but it used to also be every day in school where people stood up. Everybody recited the Pledge of Allegiance. That's gone. That's gone. They've watered that down. All right, Greg Abbott saying that health care is part of what they do for Texas, but selling it and selling U.S. citizenship is not for sale. And saying Texas will stop individuals seeking to profit on birth tourism. So Texas will not tolerate exploitation of our immigration laws by individuals traveling to the United States illegally with the premises of giving birth to a baby so they can secure a citizenship for that baby. Now, they are attacking the hospitals and the birthing centers. You remember right after the Supreme Court ruled on birthright citizenship, a hospital in Texas was advertising, come and have a baby at our hospital and you'll get the citizenship for $3,000 or whatever. And I'm wondering how often it happens that people come across the border, they ain't got $3,000, and they have the baby at the hospital, and who ends up paying for it? Taxpayers end up paying for that. So Greg Abbott saying we're not going to have any part of that. We are going to enforce our laws. All right, military experts, fitness experts, speaking out, bashing Pete Hegseth about his workout videos, saying he's not doing push-ups right and he's not doing pull-ups right, and his weightlifting is very weak. So let me just say, I've seen him do his pull-ups. I've seen him do his push-ups. And I am far from being expert, but I watched him do 100 push-ups in 10 minutes. I've watched him do 50 pull-ups in 10 minutes. I've watched him take 135 pounds and bench press that 40 times. And look, you might be saying 135 pounds is nothing. Do it 40 times. Do it 40 times.
This guy is just trying to get clicks by doing something controversial, by talking smack about Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with how he does stuff. He's doing the proper form. He's doing the whole thing is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, when this came out about him doing 100, so I put 130, that's 2 plates. So the bar is 45 and then 2 45 plates. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't doing 40. I am not doing 40. And so kudos to him. Kudos going out to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is 71 years of age. And I'm not hating on him because he works out in blue jeans. At least he's there. So the 135 pounds, if you can do that 25 times, I'd be proud of you. 40 times,
yeah,
is a lot. And why didn't Mandani get the same? They put 100 and no, they put less than that. It was 2 25-pound plates on each end, and he couldn't lift it. Where's the hate for that?
There is none. I mean, Pete Hegseth is a 50-year-old man too,
Right.
and
I
mean, he's in great shape.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like that. You guys are crazy. And, we have a motto at the gym. When you show up, we don't shame you. We don't shame you because you're there. And I think more people want to look at it. Well, at least they're there for sure. But yesterday was a hot day. Definitely a hot day when it comes to Pete Hegseth. The Senator Peters and him went round and round and round. Here's Senator Peters.
When will you show leadership? We have leadership. When will you show leadership? Why don't you show some leadership and stand up for your fellow Democrats who won't fund the troops, who stand and play partisan politics while you don't give us the money? You want to stand up here and talk about the troops? You won't show any political courage to actually fund our department because you have Trump derangement syndrome and can't actually commit to anything meaningful. So I put this on you, Senator.
Secretary Hegseth, you have trillions, you have over $1 trillion. You're asking for $1.5 trillion. It's not a question of money. It's a question of leadership and understanding what it takes to actually win.
Political cowardice of Democrats who won't fund the troops.
The telling number, the Army and the Navy have met their recruitment numbers already. And we're not even close to being done with the year. Under Biden, we didn't meet any of our recruiting numbers and not one branch of the military. Not one. And for 2 years, they have crushed the numbers. So that's the telling story. Is it sad that we have lost personnel? Yes, it is. It is. Whenever we lose life, it is terrible. It is terrible. That's the other thing the Democrats were trying to pony up. And it doesn't matter if it's during wartime or not. I mean, the Houthi rebels lobbed the missile, I think it was at Jordan, before this war started and killed multiple members of our military. It happens. It's sad, but it happens. This is what happens when you're dealing with lunatics.
Do we want to talk about the people who died and lost their lives whenever Biden left them in Afghanistan?
Thank you.
I mean, that was 100%. There was no other person that was responsible for that. I mean, with obviously the people who killed them, but if we hadn't done the crap job that we did for the pullout, we would have been, those people would still be alive.
Well, and the bigger problem is it was preventable. It was preventable. If we had just done a little proper planning, it was preventable, and we didn't do that. All right, we'll talk about a suspect charged with a deadly stabbing in Albuquerque. I'll dive into that. Let's check the text. 641 Morning Show being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror and Grooming Tool. If you have never seen the At-Last Makeup Mirror. Go to the website and check it out, atlastmakeupmirror.com. Very simple to remember. By the way, if you're on Facebook and Instagram, you can go there, check out the videos. Rebecca Long invented the At-Last Makeup Mirror. It is a New Mexico product. She was traveling the state with the former governor, Susana Martinez, and she discovered that most really, really nice, motels and hotels, they have terrible mirrors and the lighting is bad. So she came back from that trip and said, I'm going to design a mirror. And she did. This thing weighs less than 4 pounds, comes in a traveling case, folds out times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification. It's very bright with LED lights. They make the one that mounts on the wall if you want this one. But this one is perfect if you do a lot of traveling. Plus, they've rolled out the pocket mirrors, $29.99, $39.99. They also illuminate and magnify. Check them out today. Order at atlastmakeupmirror.com. Will Rooney in the text, 642.
We've got my favorite smell is the rain in the mountains with the pine trees all mixed together. Very intoxicating. That's the realist texture. Let's see. Ivan Ramirez said Slayton, Texas. I'm not sure what he was responding to. Roasting Hatch green chili, said Mike from Edgewood. That is his favorite smell. I have to say coffee is my favorite smell in the morning. That one from Thomas this morning. Daniel said my favorite smell is crude oil. Or the
smell of oil in the morning.
Crude oil.
That's what he said. My favorite smell is, and I can't read that, Cool Hand Land. Man, you always do that every time. Your answer is always the same.
Yeah, what you said, what he said. Yes.
My favorite smell is rain on sagebrush in the mountains. That one from Steve B this morning. Let's see. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. There you go. Good morning, guys. My little butthead. I love you, baby. Have a great day, everyone. That one from Smokey in Arizona. Good morning, Breakfast Club. Have a great day from Joe. Smack some parents too, because the parents are worse than the kids. That one from Joshua. Show me Lloyd Austin's workout video, right, Uncle Mike? I agree.
Yeah.
So love the smell of. Okay, Sooner fan.
You guys are terrible.
Let's see. The bakery in Slayton, Texas. Let's see. Hold on. It's jumping around on me. The bakery in Slayton, Texas at 5 a.m, says Ivan. That smell you wouldn't say is my favorite smell in the morning. Caden from Eunice, my favorite smell is hands down the rain up in the mountains. You got the fresh air and the smell of rain. That one, a lot of people are saying rain.
It's because we don't get any rain.
Yeah,
no,
that's
exactly.
the problem.
Well, not all of us are in the mountains, but those that are in Rodoso or Cedar Crest, wherever you may be, there you go. Yeah. My favorite smell is crisp hundreds after I cash my paycheck.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, hashtag is so good. My favorite smell is a cedar fire in the mountains. Cooking anything in the mountains is next level. El Guapo Gringo, I love the smell of freedom. Grandpa said fresh cut hay. Favorite smell, crawfish boil. That one from Joshua.
Amen.
I love the smell of okay, loyal listener from Eunice. Whatever. Sooner fan, Menudo, he said. So there you go, just for you, B.
Ponza in the morning.
It looks like we've got that fairly caught up. I know we've got some going way back, but I got to go different pages for that.
All right, well, we'll check back in a second. Let me get to the price of oil this morning. Being brought to you by Adam Oakey, of course, born and raised in New Mexico, grew up on the streets, fought his way back, and now he uses his tenacity, training, and energy to fight for others. Adam Oakey is there for you. He's he loves to represent people that were injured through no fault of their own and get them the compensation that they deserve. He loves going against the insurance companies. He loves taking on the corporations. Give him a call today. Does personal injury, family law, criminal law, OakeyLawOffice.com, 505-433-4953. Check them out today. Price of oil this morning. We are on a upward trend this morning. 86.68 for West Texas Intermediate crude. Brent this morning, 93.86. And natural gas, $2 and 2.91 this morning. Gas prices are up this morning. You know, it's crazy. I was in Lubbock yesterday. Usually Lubbock gas prices, I know just a couple weeks ago when I was in Lubbock, gas prices were relatively cheap. Yesterday I filled up. It was $2.75 to fill up. And I was like, wow. And gas prices are in the 80s, not 100s. Here lies the problem.
Yeah.
That is definitely the problem. All right, already 647. Suspect charged in that deadly stabbing in Northeast Albuquerque at apartment complex. Michael Cain, 39, stabbed Esmerella Romero to death near the lease office at the Albuquerque Encore Apartments. He now faces an open count of murder, and court records indicate this is his first crime that he's been charged with in New Mexico. Man arrested after police say he shot at Santa Fe police officers. Reese Michael Jensen, 21 years old, was arrested for firing at police officers. Santa Fe police officers did not return fire in that case. And another shooting in Albuquerque this morning, southeast part of Albuquerque near Central and Louisiana. They are investigating that shooting now. All right, guys, what do you think about the IRS taking part of the World Cup winnings from Spain? The money was won in the United States. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you made the money here?
I'm not a big fan of the IRS at all.
Well, me either. Yeah, me either. But
I mean, look, the IRS is going to take their cut no matter what. I guess you are in the United States, so you're going to pay
look,
tax. But
if a ban comes plays in the United States, they take taxes out of the money that they're going to get paid. If you go to the casino today and win a large amount of money, they're going to take taxes out of your out of the winnings. So, Representative Tim Burchett of Tennessee, he's a Republican, said, I think it's a ripoff that they took 30%. So Spain won $50 million in prize money, and the feds took 30%. I don't know.
That's a big chunk.
Yeah, 30%. So look, I'm looking at it like you made the money here, you got to pay. I mean, if a boxer comes to the United States, say Canelo comes and fights in the United States, you got to pay. You have to pay.
Is that the case with every other country, though? I mean,
most countries, yes. You remember Shakira got in trouble for not paying her taxes when she performed in countries. So most countries, yes, they will charge you. And so I get it, it's the World Cup, but what's the difference between the World Cup and the Super Bowl? I mean, football players have to pay their taxes. So,
that's true. I get it.
I don't, and we have to pay our taxes. So whenever we can soak a foreigner for the taxes, isn't that better?
On some level, but 30% still seems high.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But is it? You win the lottery. What are you going to pay?
Oh, but this isn't the lottery. This is a skill.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these people, it's hard work.
So what's your tax rate, Will? Because I know mine is upwards to 30%.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think we should be. I don't think we should be paying.
No, I'm down with that. I don't think we should be paying 30% either. But if we got to pay 30%, yeah, charge the foreigners 30%. They shouldn't be.
How about Americans just get a flat tax?
Well, man, I've been preaching 30%. That. I like the idea of consumption tax. That way, every pimp, prostitute, drug dealer, everybody pays taxes. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would be too easy because at the end of the month, the business sends the government a check And we don't need all these IRS agents. That will never pass, though.
Yeah.
That makes too much sense.
But
yeah.
Yeah, it's the bureaucracy of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it makes way too much sense. All right, Mega Million on Friday worth $707 million. And they say it's time for New Mexico to have a winner because we haven't had a winner in a while. And so
we've never had a one of the jackpot winners, have we?
I think I'm trying to think. Have we? No.
I know we've had several $1 million.
Yeah, we've had Powerball winners, but no mega winners. Yep.
I mean, not when it was big. I mean,
now I've got friends in Roswell, and they won. Right in 2008 when I moved to New Mexico, they won they hit the lottery, and they live a very good life. Now, they divided that money up. It's all family, and they pulled the money together. But they live very well. They have a suite for the Dallas Cowboys and all kind of other stuff. But,
nice.
I mean, when you get millions, it's life-changing. I could only imagine. And this is why I don't think I would tell my wife. I would just give her a stipend and just tell her we got blessed or something. I'm just thinking out loud.
Well, your friends are some of the very few, because most people that win the lottery, man, it ends up destroying their lives.
Yeah,
and
no,
you see all these stories of these people that just
they
completely ruin their lives after they win.
Yeah, I remember the guy in Texas that won. Remember, he was arrested because he had like $200,000 in a briefcase in his car, and somebody took the briefcase because he didn't lock his door at a strip club. I mean, are you serious? I mean, you're at a strip club, number one. And, he said it ruined his life because everybody went to him for money. Everybody wanted a loan. Everybody was now family. He said it ruined his life. All right, Sophie Cunningham speaking out about protecting girls from biological men and saying that she got a lot of negative feedback when she said that. But she said it's not trans hate. It's protecting girls in sports. And I think she's spot on with that. It's not that we hate trans, but we're the women's libbers that back in the day fought for those girls to get the equal opportunity to play sports. You know, you go back to the 60s and 70s, you probably had girls basketball, and that was it. Very few schools had volleyball. Very few schools had softball. And if you look at a Division I school, if you fund men's sports, you got to fund women's sports. And in most schools, football pays the bills for everything. So, Sophie Cunningham, winner, appreciate you. All right, Hector Valderas, former Attorney General of New Mexico, saying the feds didn't cooperate in 2019 when the state investigated the Epstein case. Look, two things. You change a story. The first time you came up with this, you said that the feds called you off and said, don't investigate, that they were investigating. The second thing is, why would you stop investigating? I mean, look, you guys don't listen to the feds. We can't even get cooperation with ICE.
I was like, so now you're going to listen to them? Great.
So
this is the thing. I have never in a million years heard of a state attorney general saying, I'm not going to look into a case when my own citizens were hurt. It's non-existent. You go to any other state attorney across the country, and they're not going to do that.
No. And look, let's just be honest. Let's just tell the truth. The investigation stopped because you stepped on some toes of some big-time Democrat donors, and maybe, I don't know, the governor, former governor, or let me rephrase that, former governors of New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. It has zero to do with the federal government because you guys don't abide with the federal government anyway. So, Scott Turner, the HUD secretary, saying we are going to change young people's lives talking about housing and urban development, talking about how they are going to change the way kids can buy houses. So we've got a problem, and the problem is being able to find a house that's affordable. You know, my daughter and son-in-law have been looking for a house, and even a mobile home with a couple acres of land is $350,000 in southeast New Mexico. We have pretty much made the American dream, put it out of reach for a lot of folks. And he makes good money, works for a great company, got great credit, and not there yet. Not there. One good thing that Trump did do, that you can take money out of your 401k and you will not be penalized if you buy a house. So that's one hurdle that has been cleared. But the price of housing in New Mexico has gone up. And we can say there's a shortage of housing. And I'll ask the question again. Maybe you can help me with this. We've had a reduction, or pretty much a stagnant amount of people living in the census report comes out and says we've actually lost population. So how can we have a housing shortage?
Yeah. I mean, look, when it comes to Albuquerque, all they're building is affordable housing for, for the homeless population. But when it comes to like middle-class families, we're not seeing them build any kind of housing.
And
so
that is the problem. That is the problem, because we should be taking care of. If we put the same energy into people that actually pay taxes and reward people that do good instead of the other, so many of those homeless people don't want to get into housing. They want to be on the streets. Let's just interview.
Well, they know that being on the street has no rules. Being on the street, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's no one's going to complain other than, the people that are walking along the sidewalk having to smell their refuse.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. We're going to talk.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. A family, a small working class family, doesn't want to move into the city's affordable housing. They don't want to move into the ghetto. They don't want to move in next to a bunch of homeless people shooting and smoking drugs. So
there you go. No doubt. And the crazy thing is we don't look to help individuals that are doing the right thing. All right, we're going to hear from a Democrat saying the Democrats have no plans. We'll talk about that. Mamdani calling out the Democrat Party. Oh, look, these Democrat socialists are not happy with the Democrats. They are not happy with the Democrats. So we'll dive into that coming up in just a second. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. 1983, they opened their doors in southeast New Mexico. Value, quality, no hidden fees, no radius fees. If you do business with these guys, you can count on one thing. The bill is so easy to read and decipher. Yeah, because they only charge you for the product and tax. And you can't get away from the tax man. They offer fast turnaround. They care about their customers. They're locally owned and operated, and your money stays in New Mexico. Give them a call today. If you're doing business with a company today, look, I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but do a little research. See where their corporate office is located. Are they even a New Mexico company? Wakefield is. Been part of New Mexico since 1983. WakefieldOil.com. Give them a call, 575-622-4160. Thought for the day this morning is 30 seconds. Seems so short until you can't sit through a commercial. Think about that one. Thought for the day this morning. All right, the Democrats. They have no plan. Absolutely no plan. Senator Peters saying that no plan. That's what he said yesterday. He is a big-time Democrat. No plan. We have no plan for immigration. We have no plan. Here's
a lot of people who feel that the Democratic Party is out of touch. We can't be honest about what's going on, with immigration. We don't have a plan for immigration. We're not able to say what actually Democrats should do to fix the problem. All we are is opposition to Trump. Under Biden, we said inflation is not really a big deal. It's transitory. It's going to go away. And then the whole party said, hey, don't worry. Everything's great. Joe is awesome. He can run for re-election. So the point is we have this history of kind of just like washing over problems and not addressing real concerns that voters have. We got to make sure we don't do that in Arizona.
Okay, but we've got to make sure. Do you think you're doing that now? Because look no further than a state just north of you, Maine, where I kind of feel like that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think that's honest. I mean, to be honest, it's a problem.
Look, I think the Democrats are in bad shape right now. I think they're in bad shape because they have no answers for anything. And then you've got a splintered party with the Democrat socialists. If they would have been smart, they would have said, look, go form your own party. We don't want you in our party. Now it's too late. And then you got Mamdani calling out the Democrat Party, saying all they are is a bunch of well-paid, special interest, big money consultants. That's not a good look for the Democrats at all.
It's true, though.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is true. We'll hear from the president coming up. He met with the prime minister of Lebanon yesterday. We'll talk about that. Breaking news this morning, Lebanon launching new strikes against Kuwait and Bahrain. They're neighbors. They're Muslim neighbors. That's because they've taken the side of America. That's why they're doing that. All right, I don't know if you watched any of that hearing yesterday. Smithsonian director pressed on woke exhibits. Part of the exhibit said that Mickey Mouse was racist. Now, this is the History Museum, and Mickey Mouse is racist. Brandon Gill asked that question. I love Brandon Gill. So is Mickey Mouse racist? Well, it goes back to blackface. Mickey Mouse is blackface. Now, Will, you've been to Disney a whole bunch of times. Did you at any point look at Mickey Mouse and say, you racist son of a buck?
He's a mouse.
Thank you. Thank you. But,
I mean, I just, okay. Can I get the whole, I get the whole thing with Splash Mountain and the Brer Rabbit and back in the day that, there were some definite connections with certain things. Do I think that they should have redone Splash Mountain? No. But that's, of all the racist things, that's probably the only thing that even comes close.
I mean, look at Snow White. I mean, she was hiring, people. I mean, that's DEI right there. Look who she was hiring. The little people.
She was giving little people a chance to.
I'm
Come on now.
you.
They were the best people for the job. They were grumpy or angry or whatever. That's what she wanted.
So when we talk about history in America, would that include bondage and all kind of other stuff? Listen to the director of the History Museum at the Smithsonian. Nancy Mace ate her lunch.
Case. It's very relevant. You've got men dressed up as women, and you have them on displays in front of kids. Do you think men can become women, yes or no?
So RuPaul's Drag Race, which is the upper...
It's a man. RuPaul is a man who dresses like a woman, literally.
Correct.
What is a woman, Dr. Hartig?
As a director and as a historian, it's not my opportunity.
You sexualize the American History Museum, so this is a fair question. What is a woman?
So at the museum...
What is a woman?
We strive to represent and not categorize all Americans.
Okay, I have another question for you. There's a glossary at the museum that informs visitors that while American culture traditionally recognizes 2 genders, other countries recognize 3 or more. So enlighten me this morning. How many genders are there?
By the way, she couldn't answer that question. She is the director of the History Museum. Why does RuPaul have anything to do with the history? I mean, we've got a lot of history. You could fill up the Smithsonian 28 times. RuPaul.
Yeah.
Bondage exhibits.
This is why Democrats are losing across the country, right? Because these are the issues that they keep pushing out to the public.
Yeah.
And as Republicans, we have to keep saying, No, this is not what is affecting America right now.
No, we have to keep saying this is not normal. Yeah, normal. This is not normal.
Yeah.
Remember when everybody, wore the shirt that says, this is not normal when they were talking about Donald Trump? Melanie Stansberry, this is not normal.
With her little sign.
Yeah, this is not normal. By the way, hopefully you enjoy my shirt this morning. It says my dog is a Democrat. He lays around all day and expects me to feed him.
I like it.
So I'll be in Southeast New Mexico today for the Eddy County Fair. Stop by our booth and see it. That's why I wore the shirt. I always like to make people. And wherever I go, I trigger people. So I have, for whatever reason, I'm triggering people. I don't.
Even at the Eddy County Fair in Southeast New Mexico, B is triggering people.
I don't get it.
But you can also walk up and talk to him.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll talk.
Now, the only problem is getting away from him when he starts talking.
All right, 707 KWMW Malchamora 105.1 FM. Also, KWES 93.5 Ruidoso. KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9. Conservative Talk ABQ in Albuquerque. And KNMQ 20.1 TV Albuquerque and Santa Fe. If you haven't checked us out on any of our socials, you can find all of those at beinthebreakfastclub.com if you want to know where you can find us. Also, you can just, if you find us on any of the platforms, Facebook, if you're on TikTok, YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, all over the place, make sure and hit the notification, like us, and we'll never sign you up for anything. It's not going to cost you anything. Just subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. And by God, leave us a comment. You can say, who are those two bald guys? And the guy with good hair.
I'm not bald over here.
Well, and that's what I said. And the guy with good hair. You can leave it at that. All right, we're going to talk about the president making border policies permanent. We'll dive into that coming up next. And we'll also talk about a mom sentenced for killing her children's father at a daycare with the kids right there. We'll dive into that. This happened in Florida. Of course it did. All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of everything you need to work in the patch. Plus, they've got everything to cool you off. 100-degree temperatures. You need the Stanley and Arctic coolers and tumblers. Hard hat shades, cooling sweatbands, neck gaiters, cooling towels. They've got the arm sleeve protection. They've got neck shades, vented hard hats, portable window units, and the, of course, portable ACs and the window units. Doesn't matter what you're looking for. High BTUs, if you're looking for just a small unit for a bedroom, they've got you covered. Go to the Broadmoor Mall, check them out today, or go to the website, rigoutfitters.com. Will Rooney and the text, it's already 7:09. You're muted, Will.
Sorry, guys. That was my bad. Lots of people answering the question of the day. Fresh brewed coffee in the morning, baking bread, green chili. Let's see. Gunpowder is my favorite smell. Smells like freedom. Someone had a birthday. Cordy said, good morning. I'd like to send a shout out to EJ Rios. Happy birthday today. And
have a good one, EJ.
From Cordy and Rogelio. Thank you. And no problem, guys. So happy birthday. Let's see. Sorry, got to catch up with some of these guys still coming in. Gas prices in Roswell, $3.99. Someone said.
Yeah, that's how much it is in Lovington this morning. $3.99.
Someone said, "B, you mean $3.75, not $2.75 on the fuel prices."
Yeah, $3.75. Yeah. I wish $2.75.
Right. Fresh cooked apple cinnamon pie. The breakfast burrito that Monica is buying. That was from Burrito Buyer. Wood pellets on a Traeger cooking my brisket. My favorite smell in the morning is bacon cooking.
Did that this morning.
and community coffee brewing, someone said. Mickey Mouse used to be black. That's Jody from Lovington. He's laughing.
Well, I mean, there was a character that was a black mouse, and that's where they get that from. But that wasn't, and then there are people that are saying that Walt Disney copied Mickey Mouse from something else. I mean, one mouse is another mouse. I mean,
It's whatever. Good morning. Like I'm sorry. Almost every cartoon is a copy of another
Yeah, of
one
course
on
it
some
is.
level.
Yeah.
Good morning, you guys.
Yeah.
Crazy as it sounds, I like the smell of deodorizer that is used in cattle feed. Lots in our area. Eat your own. Fresh cut alfalfa.
Yeah. That's a good one.
DeFreak, I'm not reading that. Sorry, bro. So the only racists out there are the ones hollering racist. It doesn't matter whether you're black, brown, yellow, white, red, whatever you're a human being. There's no such thing as a racist except a racist that's making a that's making a Democrat, they said. Snow White. Did the prince really stay with her after he found out she'd been sleeping with 7 dudes? Did she stay with him when she found out he liked kissing dead girls? But was she dead? She was just asleep. Come on now. Kevin from Hobbs was asking where Monica was. Monica, for those who don't know, is on vacation until next Tuesday. She'll be back on Tuesday next week. Shakira won her lawsuit against Spain and didn't have to pay those taxes. Said.
I doubt very seriously if you'll win that lawsuit. Look, Americans that go to another country. So me, I work in the Philippines. Guess what? I still have to pay American taxes. If you are American, you have to pay taxes back to America unless you renounce your citizenship. There are people that haven't lived in America for 50 years, still have to pay taxes.
Yep.
Which, that's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Crazy.
It definitely is. And
you
if
haven't lived in the U.S. for 15 years?
Yeah, and if you put money in a foreign bank account, you have to pay taxes again, even though I've already paid taxes on that. If I put money in a foreign bank account, you pay again.
That is crazy.
That's insane.
Gary from the Patch says it was Steamboat Willie that was the first Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Steamboat.
And Steamboat Willie. But best smell is desert after a rain, says some so mean. And someone said, oh, yeah, no lie. If the FIFA finals were played in California, the team would have had to pay out of pocket before they left.
Yeah, no doubt. They would have went home with no money.
It'd have been 50% or more. At least, I mean, I'm guessing more. So it looks like we're caught up, B.
Looks like a mom sentenced after she killed her kid's dad and at a daycare while the kids were in their car seats. So the woman sentenced for killing the father of her children at a daycare in Florida. Mindy Osteen, 34 years old, pled guilty to second-degree murder and felony charges in connection with the death of Christopher Jones. She's sentenced to 100 years in prison after taking a plea deal. She shot him multiple times. Her kids right next door. Evidently, they were having some type of dispute between them. Imagine that. A mom and a dad, a baby daddy, having a dispute. Wow. And congratulations going out to a Montana boy. He's 14 years old. Saved a man's life. Yellowstone River was running. The man was in the river, and the kid roped him to save his life, pulled him out of a river. Congratulations going out to the young man. Incident happened at Big Timber, Montana. Jory Thomas was practicing roping when he heard a man yelling and screaming, roped the man, and saved his life.
How cool is that?
Buy that kid a coffee this morning or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Something. All right, we got a lot of things to get to. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV3.com. Hey, if you're looking for an RV park, that is really, it's for working folks. That's what it's for. They've got you covered with 162 RV hookups, 3 different locations in Carlsbad, 30 and 50 amps available, and they've got wired internet right to your hookups. That's included in the price. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up, looking for a place where you can get some rest on your days off. WWRV.com for more information, or 988-0392. Check them out today. We're taking a break. We're coming right back. We're Beyond the Breakfast Club. It's 7:16.
MTD Radio News this hour being brought to you by Estacado Federal Credit Union, with branches in Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, and Denver City, Texas. For more information, find them at estacadofcu.com.
There are 5 factors that are used by the 3 credit reporting agencies to determine your credit score: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit. There is much to know about your credit, and you should know it. Your credit is a valuable asset. It's wise to do all you can to improve it. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member, federally insured by NCUA.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. Officials are working to fill 300 vacant positions at the New Mexico VA amid a growing doctor shortage, including a shortage of anesthesiologists. New Mexico as a whole faces one of the most severe physician shortages in the country. 32 of the state's 33 counties are designated health professional shortage areas, leaving many New Mexicans waiting months for care, traveling out of state, or turning to emergency rooms for non-urgent needs. The state needs nearly 10,000 more healthcare providers to meet national standards, according to the New Mexico Healthcare Workforce Committee. A Houston woman is accused of stealing nearly $70,000 from a Roswell auto dealership where she worked. The New Mexico Department of Justice says 40-year-old Rochelle Ruffin used her access to Crumlin Auto Group's accounting software to cancel and reroute checks meant for customers and vendors, sending the money to herself, family, and friends. Investigators say the scheme included 25 payments ranging from $600 to nearly $5,000. The department says the background check missed 2 prior felony convictions from Harris County, Texas, including a 2014 identity theft case. Ruffin faces 25 counts and up to 58 years in prison if convicted. She's being held in Texas and will be extradited to New Mexico. Federal prosecutors investigating Jeffrey Epstein still haven't shared New Mexico-related materials with the state, according to a letter from former Attorney General Hector Balderas to current Attorney General Raul Torres. Balderas says his office was investigating Epstein's Zorro Ranch property in Santa Fe County in 2019 when it learned of a broader federal investigation into Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. He says his office and federal prosecutors then agreed his investigations would pause witness interviews and prosecutors would refer state-related matters back to New Mexico once their case concluded. The letter follows Torres' recent claim that the federal government has delayed releasing records his office needs to investigate the case. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. On Alameda, watch out for some brief delays getting heavier going eastbound as you pass by Coors Road. A little sluggish toward North Valley as well toward 2nd Street. It's a pretty good ride toward I-25. Paseo del Norte, that's running pretty well going eastbound as you pass by Coors Boulevard. And no major issues in towards 2nd Street or toward I-25 after that. At the eastbound side of I-40, that's getting a little bit slower. So far, there's just a light tap at the brakes near 12th Street as you head in toward I-25. I-25 northbound, there's a brief delay where traffic gets on from I-40. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm 575-208-5300 or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ 700, FM 96.9.
Hey, this is Danny Reynolds here at Permian Ford Lincoln, your home of the Big Blue Gorilla and the Permian Powertrain Promise. That's right. We have lifetime powertrain warranty right here at Permian Ford in Hobbs, and we are at the corner of Sanger and El Paso, if you didn't know. But let me tell you what's going on right now, guys. We're having an amazing sale. So many people have gotten vehicles. We're tipping the scale right now. We got so many truckloads coming in right now that it's amazing that I want to make sure that I invite everyone to take advantage of this stuff. Only here at Permian Ford Lincoln, Hobbs America, 1000 North El Paso Street.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Get ready to make a splash before heading back to school. Join Lovington Main Street for Splash on Main, happening Saturday, July 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 106 East Central Avenue in Lovington. Bring the kiddos out for an evening packed with summer fun, including a water slide, dunk booth, and foam pit. You can also grab something delicious from some of our local vendors, Serrano Picante, Ember and Ash, Big Bear Ice Cream, and Brewed and Dirty. Don't miss this fun-filled evening for the whole family. That's Splash on Main, Saturday, July 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 106 East Central Avenue in Lovington. We'll see you there.
Big changes are happening at the Lee County Event Center. They're undergoing a major renovation to bring you a better, more modern venue, inside and out. While the arena is temporarily closed during construction, they're still open for business. The banquet halls remain available and ready to host your next event. From safety meetings and corporate training to baby showers, birthday parties, and wedding receptions, the Lee County Event Center can accommodate you. Need space, service, and support? They have you covered with flexible rooms, affordable rates, and a professional team that cares. Conveniently located in Hobbs, New Mexico on the Lovington Highway, let them help you plan your perfect event during this exciting time of transformation. Call 575-391-2901 to book today. The Lee County Event Center. The arena is closed, but the banquet halls are open. Your experience is their priority, even during renovation.
Welcome to Be in the Breakfast Club. Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
We have to stay woke. Everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
Welcome back to Be in the Breakfast Club. If we've offended you, you probably needed it.
God, what are you thinking?
This is not headline news. It's National Hammock Day, which means tomorrow is National Help I'm Still Stuck in This Hammock Day. It's World Brain Day. Well, we still use them, instead of asking chat everything. Don Henley turned 79 today. He's still living life in the fast lane, but he's driving too slow and left his blinker on. And a Mississippi woman was busted driving naked while in possession of weed and illegal guns. To find out more, Google boobies, doobies, and Uzis. This is not headline news.
It is 7:24. We are Be at the Breakfast Club morning show this morning being brought to you by La Tienda. You can find them in Carlsbad. Savings going on this week. They've got big savings. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs, just $2.28 a pound. Also, get the boneless beef chuck roast, $5.98 a pound. Pork quarter loin pork chops, just $1.98 a pound, and raw shrimp are just $6.99 a pound. In the produce department, Washington cherries are back at $2.99 a pound. Nectarines and peaches, $1.99 a pound. And get the large seedless grapes, red or green, $1.99 a pound. And New Mexico green chili, 99 cents a pound. Download the digital coupons. Go see the savings that are going on right now. Deli department, get the turkey breast for just $7.28. It's oven roasted. Plus Black Forest ham for $5.48 a pound. And if you're looking for sodas, they've got you covered with a 20-pack Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite, just $11.99. See all the savings today. La Tienda in Carlsbad. Don't forget, Taco Bar is open. And they also have the made-from-scratch tortillas. Check them out today. Another day in paradise. Looks like garlic powder has been recalled in Canada. Bacterial contamination could cause diarrhea, stomach ache, and vomiting. Garlic powder. I mean, first the lettuce, now the garlic powder. By the way, it comes from Canada. Maybe it's going to be affected because of the, of course, Canadian tariffs. I thought we were done with that, but Canada wants to charge us, and then we'll charge them. And Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back, complete character. They've got it all. 3.7 million sold. It was auctioned off. 3.7 million bucks. That's cheap. I think Will dropped out on us. I think everybody dropped out on me. I think that's what happened. President Trump slapping a 50% tariff on all kinds of Canadian products, including hockey sticks. So if you plan to get a hockey stick for your birthday, it's going to be a problem. Hockey sticks. Yeah. Canada, 50% tariff. I bet Canada comes back and makes a deal with us. ESPN continuing a round of layoffs this week. Cam Newton among the latest casualties, early retirement. Of course, he's used to that. Yeah. They gave the former Florida quarterback and Heisman winner Tim Tebow a multi-million-dollar extension, and Cam Newton gets laid off. Of course, earlier in the week, a handful of other people got laid off, including Ryan Clark, and others got laid off. Doñana County Commissioners unanimously voted to end the employment contract of Scott Andrews, who was serving as the county commissioner, terminating his contract effectively without cause, is what they're saying. They are just doing a separation agreement. County commissioners are now focused on finding a new leader to take over that job. And in Midland, Odessa, Texas, a man last night started lighting the house on fire. Well, didn't quite get to that point, but started pouring gas. Sonny Gutierrez argued with his wife before pushing her into a bedroom, pouring gas throughout the house. Police say Gutierrez then threw the gas can towards his wife, told her that she was going to die, and began igniting the fire. Officers arrived. Gutierrez had 2 knives, refused to listen. Officers eventually arrested him. He has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and, of course, family violence. Police said he already had an outstanding warrant out of Austin for driving under the influence. 3rd or more time driving under the influence. By the way, transported to Ector County Jail, and thank God the wife is good. And the billionaire tax. You know, it sounds good that we're going to tax the rich, but most of the time it doesn't end that way. They're saying that the billionaire tax is going to cost California trillions in dollars, tax dollars.
Well, because all these businesses are going to leave California in droves like they already are.
Yeah. I mean, their oil refineries are already leaving.
Yeah.
I think their last one is getting ready to shut down now, too.
So Mark Zuckerberg's like, I'm done with California. I mean, when you have like Zuckerberg saying, I'm done with California, and you got, well, look, Elon Musk did this many, many years ago and said, I'm moving to Texas. They're business friendly. Tax structure is much better for my corporation. And they have already given me all kind of stuff. Yeah, why wouldn't he move? Why wouldn't corporations move? So $1 trillion in revenue. California's already in a world of hurt. California's in a world of hurt. They're already operating at a deficit. They're not like New Mexico where they have the saving grace, oil and gas industry. Well, they have that, but they just refuse to use it. President Trump saying that we're going to drill off the coast of California. If they like it or don't like it, it really doesn't matter. Crazy. And President Trump flexing the GOP muscle in Arizona primary as the Democrats dodged a far left. So the socialists actually lost in Arizona. And looks like the guy from the Freedom Caucus, Andy Briggs, won the GOP side of things. And I would hope and pray that Arizona doesn't go socialist. And Mark Lamb, the former sheriff of in Arizona, won his GOP primary for the 5th congressional district.
Well, New Mexico needs to be careful too. We've got a socialist running in a race, in a House race here in Rio Rancho. I think it's District 60, Luke Youngman. He's a Democrat socialist.
Wow.
Who has openly said he wants to get rid of oil and gas.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, and we've had progressives for a long, long time, but coming out and saying you're a socialist is different.
Yeah. He says he's a socialist.
Wow. All right. Either one of you guys watching Dutton Ranch?
Yeah, I watched it all.
So
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, and I don't want to be the spoiler, but Ed Harris. I love Ed Harris. Ed Harris has been in some good programs, but he said that he thought he was going to be used a little different for Dutton Ranch. He spoke on Apple Plus premiere of The Dink, and he's on that, and he's also on Dutton Ranch. And he said, I thought I was going to be used a little bit different. He plays Everett McKinney on Dutton Ranch. He will be back on season 2, but he said, I thought I was going to be used a little bit more. So, when they pitch these guys, everybody wants to be the star, I'm sure. And Taylor Sheridan would not respond to that, but when they write a script, Ed Harris is not he's not going to be the superstar.
No, but he's pretty prevalent. I mean, he's not,
I thought they used him fairly well. He's in every episode.
I thought they did too. And he was kind of a moral compass of the show. So,
yeah. So I thought they were fair with him, but he'll be back for season 2. And I don't know if you've heard, Casey's going to be on season 2. Casey's son will be on season 2. And
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Crossovers.
From Landman, Billy Bob will actually be something as a member of the cartel. And
yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he'll be a bad guy. So I love the fact that Taylor Sheridan, if he likes you, he's going to put you in many of his programs. I don't know if you've noticed that. Multiple of those guys have been in, he just keeps reinventing them, which is pretty cool. If he likes you, he likes you, evidently. All right, we're going to get to taking out trash. We'll talk about the water is historically low at Elephant Butte. We'll also talk about Sierra County putting a hold on any data centers. And Grandma wants to bring back the happy hours at the nursing home. I think this is a great idea. And a judge blocks the U.S. government from removing work permits. We'll dive into that. Man, these radical judges are something else. Morning show being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew. He is a good one. You want to keep him. District 61, if you are in District 61, you need to continue to support Randy Pettigrew. He's a guy that is a conservative, but he is a constitutional conservative. He goes to Santa Fe and continues to push and work for the people in his district. He's one of those guys that remembers, yes, I am a state representative, but I work for my constituents. That is so important. So, and you know what? If you need to chat with him, he's there. Just go to the website, randallpettigrew.com. All his contact information's there, including his cell phone number. You can call and chat with him. If you've got an idea, maybe for upcoming legislation, or you got a problem, that's what he's there for. Go check him out, and while you're there, sign up for his newsletter. Puts out the newsletter when these guys are in session, he puts out that newsletter pretty much every day, most of the time at night after the session is ended. So if you want to keep up on what bills passed, what bills got out of committee, or what bills the governor is just going to sit on, even though it passed the legislation, you can do all that. Go to the website, RandallPettigrew.com, message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Will, in the text, it's already 7:36.
Hey, just before we get to the text, I want to give Elias a chance. We're going to talk about his upcoming show coming up on next Monday, the 27th of July, Unfiltered with Elias, and it's going to be a great show on 2 to 6 on our conservative talk station in Albuquerque. Now, this is an Albuquerque station show, so for our friends on KWES and W105, we're not. It's not going to be on your radios, but you can still participate and be a part of the show, and you can actually join via either our KDAZ stream on conservativetalkabq.com, or you can join via any of Elias's other platforms, and you've got several of them, right, Elias?
Yeah, I got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. And look, right now, I mean, I'm looking into all kinds of things in the state government. I mean, I'm digging into the Secretary of State. You know, we're looking into dark money groups. I'm speaking with doctors. I'm speaking with whistleblowers from the DEA. I mean, I'm digging into some pretty heavy subjects in the state of New Mexico, and there's a lot of things that are going wrong right now that people don't know about. You know, as a matter of fact, I just spoke to a mom yesterday who her daughter was being harassed. Her 6-year-old daughter was being harassed in the Santa Fe school district by a transgender kid, 6 years old. And basically the school district told her, you know, I don't think that your family fits well in our public schools.
Whoa.
You guys should probably just leave.
The straight, we're going to kick out the normal kids because they're getting harassed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
wow.
They don't fit in, but the transgender kid fits in. Wow.
Yep. And this 6-year-old boy was following this girl into the bathroom, and he was messing with his private parts in class. And, you know, this little 6-year-old girl, she just didn't know how to handle it.
So let me ask you this much. So the transgender kid is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they have a gender support plan for him. And they basically told the mom that the little girl would just have to learn how to adapt. And if she didn't learn how to adapt, she could leave the school district.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would enroll the 6-year-old in jujitsu, and because you know the biggest way to end bullying and there is a punch to the throat. I mean, I'm sorry. You go to the school and you say, "Help me here," and the school doesn't help. I'm not advocating violence, but if somebody is doing violence against a young child, we have to teach our kids to defend themselves.
Well, and then the mom, she told the district, you need to tell the parents what's going on. You know, you need to tell the other parents what is going on, that this little boy is pulling out his private parts and messing around and following the girls into the bathroom. And they said, no, said, we're not telling. So it's a parental rights issue as well.
Amen.
You know?
Totally.
And,
yeah.
You know, the schools are basically taking away the parents' right to know what's going on with your child at school.
It's another Loudon, Pennsylvania are the cases we've seen in California.
Right here in New Mexico. That is scary.
That is really, really scary. All right, water levels at Elephant Butte exposing 50-year of debris and artifacts and all kind of other stuff. You know, I remember when what is the big lake that near Las Vegas, Nevada? What is that lake right outside of Las Vegas? You get to the Hoover Dam, and I can't think of. Anyway, that thing was almost dry a couple years ago, and they saw cars and all kind of other stuff. Skeletal remains and all kind of, I mean, the mob's like, you owe us what? Yeah, dump him. I can't think of the name of that river, but they say that Elephant Butte is so low right now that it's like 50 years of debris is pretty much you can see everything. It dropped 36 feet since Memorial Day weekend. That is so sad. 36 feet.
The 50-year historic low, from what I heard.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Too low. All right, data centers. Sierra County is putting a pause, 18-month pause on data center development. So local government blocking any new data centers. Now, that word is new data centers. So on Tuesday, the county commissioners voted to implement a data center moratorium. Santa Fe and Socorro counties have made a similar move at the last couple months. So Doñana County, of course, got that big one. That's going to be huge, that Jupiter Project Jupiter. And there's some shady things that have come out about that also. The way they've got that passed, the public needs to speak out on all of this. And I don't know if they gave the public enough time to speak out. Grandma wants happy hour back at the nursing home. She's very upset. She's 82 years old. And, being in radio a long time, I'm going to tell you two states that drink a lot, Wisconsin and Minnesota. And Minnesota, they take their drinking, they take it serious. And a woman said, I want the happy hour back. They took away our happy hour. And the facility is now saying no alcoholic beverages will be. I mean, I'm a big believer in letting people live their life. 82 years old. Doesn't have that many years left. Let her have a happy hour.
Come on. I can only imagine what kind of problems that might create, though, for
the
people who are working there.
There are already all kind of problems. I mean, I have heard about the STDs that at nursing homes and stuff. No, it's crazy. It's a freaky place now. Thank you, Viagra and Cialis.
I've heard that same thing, that they have a lot of issues with STDs in some of these nursing homes.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
So, hey, the texters chimed in, and Lake Mead.
Yeah, Lake Mead.
Lake.
Yeah.
And it's the Colorado River.
Yep. Judge on July 21st blocked the federal government's attempt to strip work permits from migrants who were granted temporary permission to live in the United States at a time that their home countries were deemed unsafe. When I hear this argument about other countries being unsafe, I'm like, I remember I looked this up for a show. Our violent crime rate is actually higher than a lot of states they're deeming that are unsafe to live in. True story. So the judge putting a temporary block on revoking the work permits. You have so many people that came over here we gave work permits to, and they shouldn't even be in the country. And these radical judges are blocking every attempt to get rid of people. So, temporary protection status. What does that mean to you?
Temporary protection status.
Thank you. That first word, temporary.
Yes, temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Temporary.
Yeah, that is the key word. All right, 745. Will, I didn't check with you on the text. We went to Elias and then we did check on text.
Yeah, no worries. We've got several people still answering the question of the day. Let's see. One, I missed it a minute ago. I was trying to find. Oh, yeah. Favorite smell in the morning is dew on a pasture in the Guadalupe. I think I did read that. But there was one favorites. Good morning, Breakfast Club. I love the smell of coffee, refried beans, and a fresh flour tortilla. There was one that said they love the smell of coffee and their husband's cologne in the morning.
Huh.
Can't find it, but that was one. And then someone said, good morning, guys. John from Eunice. Unleaded at the Allsups on 18 and 176 is $3.89 a gallon. My wife said the best smell is a freshly bathed baby. Great smell, just doesn't last long. Nope. Babies messed that up pretty good.
Yep.
Mickey Mouse is a friggin' cartoon, says Moses in West Rio Rancho.
Thank you.
Chorizo and bacon, someone said, for their favorite smell. So Smokey had a long one, and he answered the way a lot of these other guys are answering, but he said it in a politically correct way. I guess my favorite smell would have to be fresh cut grass, the smell of a woman, and bacon cooking, burning rubber from a drag strip race gas, gunpowder, and rain as it starts rolling in. That's a lot of smell. That's a lot of favorites.
Yeah.
All good. The 6-year-old transgender is a parent problem, not a kid problem, says Junebug. 6-year-old aren't trans, and parents are brainwashing the kids. This is child abuse. Well, and clearly, if the kid's pulling out his privates around little girls, he's got more issues than just the trans thing. Because 6-year-olds aren't thinking about stuff like that.
No, they're
unless
not.
You put them in a position where they're going to be overly sexualized, which is what these parents and these teachers are doing.
They're not sexual at 6 years of age.
No. And you know, the conversation that people don't like to have is that when 6-year-olds are starting to put that kind of behavior out, it's usually because there's something really wrong at home.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, abuse of some kind by a family member or a close friend.
And if they're doing this at 6, what are they going to do at 12?
Yeah. Well, and these teachers are mandated reporters, right? Everyone in the school is a mandated reporter. And, you know, the state of New Mexico has passed these laws that have just made it almost impossible for some of these teachers to do anything about it, because now they can be fined $5,000 for even trying to interfere with something like that.
Well, we can allow abuse if they're transgender, because it's hands off on transgender. Transgender, it's okay.
Yeah, you can't even say something. You're going to be called all kinds of names if you even bring it up.
Yeah, basically, and we can't blame the teachers, right? Because we've passed laws that have basically said, hey, if you interfere, we're going to fine you $5,000.
Yeah.
A teacher. So, I mean, it's the administrators, it's the lawmakers, they did this to us.
Yeah.
And now we're having to suffer the consequences.
Man, Lord help us. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. I don't know if you guys ever seen the original black and white Mickey Mouse. If not, you should check them out. They were pretty racial, but that was the times back then.
It's a damn mouse.
Know that's what it was, a mouse. Yeah, but they
look
made
it up.
Look at the steamboat. Let's see. Oil Hauler says adding tariffs hurts us, not the companies. Why don't people understand that? How does it hurt us? It depends on what we're talking about. Well, are we talking about tariffs on
it depends
goods
on
from China?
What, yeah, and look, we've been paying tariffs for a long, long time. It's now that we charge other countries tariffs. And it should be an equal playing field. You charge us $25 25% tariff, we're going to charge you a 25% tariff.
That shouldn't be controversial, I don't think.
No.
Right?
Well, I think we've with some of the tariffs, the president has encouraged people to do their manufacturing. He's brought jobs back to the U.S. because it's cheaper for these companies to manufacture their products here than to get charged tariffs for bringing them in.
Yeah, I mean, the United States has shipped millions of jobs over to China because of this tariff issue. And the fact that the president is now tariffing other countries is not controversial. It's just putting us on an equal playing field with the rest of the world.
Amen. Amen. Look, I went back and looked at the original Mickey Mouse drawings, and I don't know what part is racist.
I think it's more of the content of the cartoons, less than what looks like.
Okay.
Than the actual character.
Right.
I think it's actually the content.
Because I've heard that Walt Disney was very anti-Semitic, right? I mean, I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard.
Interesting.
Tell
It's
you
like
what.
we've got people. I've got a couple of things. There was one. I know there's a couple of forums coming up. Elias, you may know more about this for Greg Hull, but I guess he's going to be in Carlsbad at the Stevens Inn on Thursday, July 31st. J.R. DePorto shared this. It's hosted by Leslie Nahar, Rhonda Jones, and J.R. DePorto. But again, that's 6 p.m. Thursday, July 31st at the Stevens Inn in Carlsbad. And that is an evening to support Greg Hull. I know there's a big one in Artesia that's coming. Someone shared it yesterday, and I don't have it right here handy, but that's something else that's going on to support the candidates in the area that are going to be down here in Southeast New Mexico for those who are in the area.
Hey, my buddy JR, can you get me some video of that of his speech, if you would? I know you love me, so I know you'll do it for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. I owe you one.
Greg Hall's speech?
Yeah.
Him and Deb Haaland agreed to a debate.
Yeah, I think
yesterday,
that's.
I believe.
So
Do you think it's going to happen?
Yeah,
Elias?
I don't think so, but she agreed to it.
So what are the questions going to be for Deb? What do you like, red or green, turquoise, or diamonds?
Well, let me just say this: if she does actually show up to this debate, Greg Hall needs to take it to her.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to go after her policies. He needs to rip that lady apart. He needs to stop being so nice.
I agree.
You know as well as I do, KOB is not going to allow her to. I mean, they're not going to let them go head to head against each other in that way. They're going to ask forum questions, and it's going to be, okay, you have a certain amount of time to answer. You have a certain amount of time to answer. And there's going to be little to no rebuttal, or else she wouldn't have agreed to it, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, even in that kind of setup, there's ways that Greg can go after.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't do it in a particular way because they'll say that you're going after a woman.
Yeah, but I mean, that's when you attack the policy, not the woman, right? You attack the policy, and Greg Hall needs to get out there and he needs to start attacking her policies, because everything that I've seen lately, I'm like, are you guys going to throw a punch anytime soon? You know?
Yeah.
I think it's going to get ugly before it's done, that's for sure.
No doubt. Give me two more, Will. Yeah. We'll do Take It Out Trash. I got Donald Trump talking with yesterday with the Prime Minister of Lebanon. Two more.
So, someone says, them grannies must be watching Landman, wanting happy hour next will be trips to the casino and strip clubs. That was, did you guys see that on Landman?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was good.
So, guys, it blows my mind that we have neighborhoods with HOAs telling you what you can and cannot do to your house, or whether or not you can even fly the American flag. Yet we have no say as to what is being taught or done to our children in our schools these days. Yeah, John from Eunice went on to say that's freaking crazy. Mickey Mouse, racist? Not so. Walt Disney is the most left liberal company in the world. Almost all the kids are orphans and parents are dead. LGBT or abandoned their children. Elias said anti-Semitic, not racist.
Yeah.
But they were talking about the cartoon itself, and I think it was a different time. Different things were socially acceptable that are not now. So by today's lens, was it racist? Probably. KOB will give Deb and only Deb the questions ahead of time. Need to look for earbuds on Deb, see if someone's feeding her the answers.
Even if they do that, I don't think she can. We've talked about this before. I mean,
we did.
You hear echo in your ear, it throws you off. Oh, well, she'll be worse, not better.
If someone's talking to her, telling her what to say, I don't think that'll go well. Because I don't think she's quick enough to.
No, I don't think so either. All right, we're going to get to taking out trash today. Happy birthday to my granddaughter, Kendall. I hope you have an awesome day today. I went to see you yesterday, Miss Sleepyhead. Donald Trump yesterday scolding a reporter. I love when he does this. He was like, you know something I don't know? Here's what he had to say when the reporter asked about Iran.
Mr. President, there are no signs that Iran is ready to stop fighting. So what is the plan? Is the plan
to just keep bombing until they give up?
There are no signs. Why, do you know something that I don't know?
Well, they continue to attack our allies and
You
kill
don't know
Americans.
what the dialogue is behind the scenes, that they want to meet desperately to try and end it because they're getting decimated. You don't get that when you listen to your fake station, but you don't know. You don't know anything.
So talks are
you know
still
something that
possible,
I don't know? Do you know something I don't know?
Well, tell us.
I will tell you, they want to desperately meet, and until they're ready to meet in a meaningful way, we have no interest in even.
Yeah, you know nothing.
I love when he does that. I love it.
So he meets with the prime minister of Lebanon yesterday, and the prime minister is like gaga over Trump. Check this out.
No, thank you.
Thank you
I've
very
been
much.
looking forward to this visit for a long time.
Thank you very much.
Meeting such a great president like yourself.
That's a very nice thing. See, he knows how to get to me. He knows. He can have anything. Now he can have anything. Would you like to say something?
So typical Trump. Last week he had Iraq, the president of Iraq on. He's like, what a good-looking young guy. And I mean, if we stop to think, even 4 years ago, that we'd have Iraq sitting in the White House talking to us about making deals with American oil companies, you would have said you are a liar. But it is happening. The president also talked about deportation.
Allowed them to come in. They shouldn't be here. They're radical lunatics, and I'm getting them out. You know, we're getting them out at a pace. You know, we've gotten rid of more than any other president. I read stories. They try and give you phony stats. I was with Tom Homan this morning. He'll give you the statistics if you want, but we're getting bad people out of our country at levels never seen before. There's never been a time when more bad people, and you take a look just here in Washington, we took out almost 5,000 hard-line, hardcore criminals, most of whom came in during the open border periods of the previous administration.
So, I mean, the proof is in the numbers. Close to 70% of people that are up for deportation are actually criminals that were in our legal system, and they're criminals. You come to a country, you're a visitor, you violate all the terms and conditions of your agreement, you're done. You know, I'll take it a step further. As a husband of a wife that is a legal resident, you sign a paper. You signed a paper. I signed a paper for my wife saying that I was responsible for my wife for 10 years. She couldn't be on food stamps. She couldn't be on any form of public assistance. How many people agree to that? How many people follow that? Very, very few. Very, very few. That's the answer.
And if they're here illegally, there's none that follow it.
Yeah. So we shouldn't, at no point should a foreigner be a burden on American taxpayers. And in most countries, that's the way it is.
Yeah, and I don't understand how the left gets so angry with Americans who say that immigrants should not be on food stamps or Medicaid, because if you went to any other country in the world and as an American citizen tried to get on their social welfare programs, they would laugh at you. They would kick you out of the country. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. When you go to most countries on a visa, and a 30-day visa or whatever, when you come to the country, you have to prove that you have the financial means to take care of yourself. You have to prove that you are able to take care of yourself, because you're not going to be a burden on that country. And I've traveled to Japan, traveled to China, and traveled to Taiwan. They all look at this, and you're not staying in their country. If you violate any law, you're on the first plane out of the country, and you're blacklisted and can never come back. That's the way it should be. This is not rocket science. It's very, very simple. We are KWMW Maljamora 105.1 FM, KWES 93.5 in Rio Doso, KDAZ AM 700, FM 96.9, Conservative Talk, ABQ in Albuquerque. And if you're watching us on TV this morning, Maybe you're watching KNMQ 20.1 Albuquerque and Santa Fe, or maybe you're watching us on any of our streaming platforms. If you're wondering where can you find all the streaming information, very simple. All you have to do is go to beinthebreakfastclub.com. It's in one location. And, Will, can't they just text stream? Is that the key word?
Listen. Text listen, or if they want individual platforms, they can go to each individual platform. Like you can just text the word YouTube or the word Twitch or the word, X or Twitter, either of those, and you can get the links immediately. But beinthebreakfastclub.com, you just go to that website and you can click on whichever one you want. Something else, though, since we're talking about keywords, I set up for Elias. He's got his show, Unfiltered with Elias, going to be starting next Monday, the 27th, and you can text the word unfiltered, just unfiltered, all just by itself. It'll text you back links to his socials that I have. I don't think I had your Instagram, Elias, but we'll get that. But I know it's got your TikTok, your Facebook, and your YouTube on there, so they can and I believe your X. But text the word unfiltered to 877-396-9105. It'll text you back his links, so you can be ready for the show on Monday. If you're not going to be listening on Conservative Talk ABQ, FM 96.9, AM 700 in Albuquerque.
So follow his social media. Hey, what is your number one platform?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook is my number one. Facebook and Instagram are both doing really well, though. And they're getting a lot of views. People, the thing is people all over the state are identifying with the message, right? They know something's wrong. And when I expose these things with the Secretary of State or the dark money or the governor or these transgender issues, people knew that they were going on. They just didn't know.
They didn't have all the information. So TikTok has made it to where it's hard to monetize with TikTok unless you do a lot of live stuff. They've changed everything.
Well, yeah, let me just say this with TikTok. They don't like conservative content creators either. Because I would say about 40% of my content gets pulled down.
Well, thank you.
And then I'm constantly appealing it, but
I posted up a video from last week when the president had his press conference. I posted up a video. I didn't say anything. It's Donald Trump talking about the election. I posted it up. TikTok took it down. Of course, I appealed. They put it back up. But I'm just like, it's news. It's the president of the United States. It's not AI. It's not, But I guarantee you, if I took all my clothes off, well, maybe not me, but if somebody took their clothes off, they'd leave that up.
Yeah, which is crazy. You can go on TikTok and see half-naked girls, but you can't put news on there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can't put conservative news.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, looks like 11 straight nights the U.S. have continued to strike Iran. They have not said mercy yet. We're waiting. Taking out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-408-1719. They have the 96-gallon polycart for residential customers, 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters for the commercial clients. And if you're looking for a big roll-off container, maybe you're at a construction site or an oil-field site, and you need a roll-off container, hey, do me a favor, call Kayleen. Her number, 575-408-1719, locally owned and operated. And more important than that, they're veteran-owned and operated. Go to the website. It's trash-eaters.com. Proud sponsor this morning of Taking Out the Trash. Looks like Democrat governor saying that there's been a software error registering 6,600 self-identified non-citizens to vote. Democrat Mickey Shirley on yesterday said that 6,600 non-citizens were mistakenly added to the voter rolls, and she said it's a serious software error. Cheryl said that in a statement that they discovered a software error in the state's Motor Vehicle Commission, MVC, that led to a registration of roughly 6,600 people that should not have been registered because they're not U.S. citizens. Now, this happened between June of 2023 and June of 2024. Just 1 year, they registered over 6,600 people. She said they identified the problem, but look, they're one of those states, New Jersey, that will not hand over their voter rolls to the feds. Something tells me you're releasing this information because you got caught. But ultimately, it proves what the president talked about last week. And which leads me to the next question. New Mexico gives driver's license to illegal aliens. How often does this happen right here in New Mexico? Taking out trash. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Trash-eaters.com. Go check them out today. All right, Will, we're going to get to things that happen on this date in history. At some point, we'll talk about a grand jury indicts a former Friendship ISD worker for voyeurism. We'll talk about that. And Richard Gere is very upset with Donald Trump and the U.S. aid. Donald Trump responds. We'll talk about that. You know, whenever we talk about Richard Gere, I can't get past the gerbil. I really can't. He could say something that's very serious, and I'm not buying into it because my brain goes, wait, you did what with a gerbil and had to go to the hospital?
When did that happen? In the 90s? Was that in the 90s?
I think it was the early 90s. There was a trend, the gerbil trend. Thank God that's gone away. Colonoscopies are bad enough.
Though? Has it? We just don't hear about it.
Well, maybe it hasn't.
Now people think they're gerbils. So
yeah,
crazy.
They identify as a gerbil.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
So we'll check the text coming up next. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, stop boxes. You've seen the stop boxes. You got to get one. Go on the Zia Guns. They're at least less expensive at Zia Guns because they have the entire line. No keys, no batteries, no failures, made in the United States. You want to be safe. You want to be a responsible gun owner. Get a stop box. Go to Zia Guns today. And if you stop in there, bring your old guns because they'll trade in their old guns to get a better gun. Or if you want to sell your guns, they'll give you top dollar for your guns. Closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. Give them a call, 575-622-0023. If you're looking for somebody to go and buy a gun, look, I've been dealing with these folks for close to 18 years now. Go check them out. It's Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed every Saturday, open on Sunday. Will on the text. Things that happen on this date in history up next.
Smoking Arizona says Elon Musk just needs to buy TikTok so this BS will stop on the platform. So Oil Hauler had sent some pictures of some online purchases I think he had tried to make for a bike that they had charged additional tariff prices on for trying to get it. And I'm guessing it's because of where you bought them from, Oil Hauler, but that does suck. Most countries won't allow you to visit if you have a criminal background, such as a felony or even a DWI, much less live there and be on government-assisted programs.
Yep.
When people come and get a visa, they also have to prove that they're financially independent, to get into the States.
Yeah.
Said Mario B. So with the implementation of NAFTA, it sent a lot of manufacturing jobs out of the U.S. Ross Perot, sucking comment.
I can hear the sound of jobs leaving America.
Was confirmed with the decimation of the middle class. There was also concern for Trump back in the day, and now he's really trying to bring all of that back much to Obama's chagrin.
You know, after NAFTA, I actually went to work in Illinois and Iowa, and to see all the manufacturing plants that were closing down, methamphetamine skyrocketed because you had guys that had worked in these plants their entire life now competing for jobs at McDonald's with their kids. I mean, it was terrible.
Someone said, how can Hull be accused of being mean to Hallen because she's a woman when Hallen probably can't even say what a woman is.
Well, maybe.
That's a question I'd ask her.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning. Favorite smell is when a creosote bush growing in red dirt gets wet after a summer rain early in the morning, and you're cooking cowboy breakfast over mesquite wood nearby. That's from Dexter's lab this morning. So teachers question kids if they show up with bruises so they can report the parents for child abuse, but then fine $5,000 for attempting to protect a child from being groomed into a transgender.
Yep.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
No. Yes, it's not what the cartoon looks like. It's what the cartoon is doing in the cartoon. What they're doing.
I'm going to go
cartoon.
back and watch the original.
People are able to drink in a nursing home and they just have to have a doctor's order before they have alcohol use because of mixing with medications. Alcohol is not free at hand. They also have to ask for it. Usually an employee will go and sit with them if they're outside drinking and smoking to help them keep safe, someone said.
So they can smoke weed too at the nursing home?
I don't know if they meant smoking weed or if they meant smoking.
Oh, okay.
Tobacco, but I don't. It could have been. Let's see here. Smell of money and also fajitas on the grill with mesquite firewood. Y'all have a blessed day. That from John 3:16. Good morning, B. Will and Elias. May y'all have a great, blessed new day. It's Hump Day.
Amen.
And come on, woohoo, said Skinner. Anybody else see the circus tent in Carlsbad Civic Center with the 666 on it?
What?
What?
Now, did someone spray paint that on there? As like graffiti, or I don't know what you're saying. Or are you just trying to? Are you trying to badmouth the center?
I'm going to send Curtis McKinney a message.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to talk to Curtis right now. Find out. No. Will's head is way shinier than Kevin's on the live stream. Well, thank you for that. I'm guessing it has to do with my bright lights.
And I put coconut oil on this morning.
Well, mine's pretty shiny. Yeah, definitely. They can smoke weed off the premises, said Mexican truck driver.
Huh.
The smell, Chingo said, the smell when you pop open a fresh Red Bull. The smell of dew in the morning, says someone else. Of course, that's the question of the day. Brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply. What is your favorite smell? And the floodgates aren't supposed to close for another 2 weeks. Someone was talking about, I think, Elephant Butte. And looks like we're caught up.
Yeah, yesterday, I'm drinking Red Bull this morning, but yesterday we went to the Asian market, and guess what they had? My Filipino energy drink Sting. And they were $1.25 a piece. I told them, you got a case? No case. All they had was 3. I said, give me a case. For $1.25 compared to $3? Yeah. I'll be drinking Sting. All right, we got a lot of things to get to this morning. Mike Johnson talking about insider trading. They're trying to pass a law. And Mamdani speaking out. Every time this guy speaks, you just go, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Largest city in America has been taken over. It wasn't even a violent takeover. You folks just gave up the keys to the city. 8:14, National Anthem and the Pledge coming up next. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing. Roofing and insured specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Veteran-owned and operated for over 30 years. They've got the A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check them out today. They've had that for 30 years. So next time there's hail and you need somebody to come out and give you a quote on your roof, do me a favor. Call Dwayne Pennick, 575-318-9725, warning you about the out-of-town, out-of-state contractors. When they're gone, pretty much everything else is gone, including the warranty. Check them out today, 575-318-9725. See them today. Proud sponsor of things that happen on this date in history.
Back on this date to July 22nd in 1796, Cleveland, Ohio was founded by General Moses Cleveland. Back on this date in 1864, General Sherman defeated the Confederate defenders in the Battle of Atlanta. In 1893, college professor Catherine Lee Bates wrote the original version of her poem, America the Beautiful, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, after being inspired by the view of Pikes Peak and having some amber grain wave at her. On this date in 1934, bank robber John Dillinger was shot and killed outside a Chicago movie theater by federal agents. To make the matters worse, the soda was flat, the popcorn was stale, and the movie sucked. On this date in 1967, Jimi Hendrix quit as the opening act of the Monkees tour. And talk about a mismatch.
Man.
Yeah. And let's see. Celebrating birthdays today. If you celebrate a birthday, you share that birthday with Prince William and Princess Kate's oldest, Prince George. He's a teenager as of today, turns the royal 13. Only Murders in the Building star and singer Selena Gomez is 34. So let's see. Saturday Night Live alum David Spade turns 62. Singer Keith Sweat is 65 today. Willem Dafoe, who's been in almost every movie ever made that Samuel L. Jackson wasn't in, he's 71 today. Don Henley of the Eagles turns 79, of course, in the fast lane. And Lethal Weapons, Danny Glover, of course, sad news about his diagnosis, but he's the big 80 today. So happy birthday to Danny Glover and everybody who's celebrating a birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday from Bee and the Breakfast Club.
I hope you have a awesome birthday. 8:17. Let's get to our national anthem and our pledge this morning, being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's made lots of changes in the office. One change she made, well, she's an independent agent now, meaning that she can work with hundreds of insurance companies to find you the right policy at the right price. Check her out today. Give her a call, 575-393-6909. Stop by West Vega and Hobbs if you're in Hobbs. If you're listening this morning and you need an insurance agent that's going to work for you, doesn't matter where you're listening from, give Rebecca Long a call today. Home, auto, life insurance, recreational insurance. She can take care of all of your insurance. 575-393-6909. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge this morning.
Hi, I'm Landry from College Lane Elementary in Hobbs, New Mexico, and I will say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To honor America and perform our national anthem, entertainment icon Reba McEntire.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last glow, whose broad jumps and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly stood, and over rockets wrecked the land, the bombs bursting in air, and it proved through the night that our flag
8:20, Lord's Prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Judah Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
All right, we're going to get updated with news. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, reminding you accidents happen when you least expect them, and when they happen, you need a trusted law firm to fight for you. Ragsdale Law Firm, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, and oil field accidents. Call Luke Ragsdale today or go to the website, ragsdalelawfirm.com. They're there for you every step of the way. Free consultation, and you never pay until they win your case. Call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. Website, ragsdalelawfirm.com.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Dignified transfer this morning at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. The fourth fallen U.S. soldier, now identified as 28-year-old Sergeant Angel Rampersad of Queens, New York. She was killed by an Iran missile strike at the U.S. base in Jordan. President Trump, attending, says he has no interest in meeting with Tehran until they're ready to convene in a meaningful way. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Manila.
Ships are trying to go through the straits, and they're getting blown up. Commercial ships are going through the straits, and they're being blown up. The United States is defending that shipping, and in addition, is targeting the places that are launching against those ships to continue to degrade Iran's ability to target and harm global shipping.
Tropical storm Bertha pounding wind, rain, and surf across the Gulf Shores. Warnings from Okaloosa, Florida to Morgan City, Louisiana, including New Orleans. America is listening to Fox News.
When your crew's waiting on rock or sand, excuses don't move dirt. You need material delivered on time, period. J&H Services Incorporated supplies construction and oil field companies across southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, and the Permian Basin with quality aggregate materials and dependable delivery. Concrete sand, masonry sand, crusher fines, multiple rock sizes ready for your next job. No headaches, no runaround. Just reliable service from a company built to work as hard as you do. Call 575-393-6204 or visit jhservicesinc.com.
Wish you could bring the night sky closer? Join the Astronomy League at the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo. Experienced astronomers, museum staff, and sometimes special guest speakers share the wonders of New Mexico's dark skies. Learn about the constellation of the month, space news, and astrophotography. Member meetings are held the second Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. in the Tombaugh Dome Theater. The Astronomy League brings the night sky closer at the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo. Membership is free.
Let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. The delays are getting a little bit heavier on Alameda going eastbound as you pass by Coors Road, then again in toward North Valley as you get closer toward 2nd Street, and some brief delays again toward I-25. Coors Boulevard, and that continues to crawl going southbound after Coors Road as you're heading toward Paseo del Norte, and some brief delays on and off as well after that. That's getting gradually heavier toward I-40. The southbound side of I-25, watch out for delays from San Mateo Boulevard as you heading toward Montgomery Boulevard. And keep in mind the long-term road rig is going on at that point. It's adding to your delays. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
Daniel Bells here, Permian Ford Lincoln. What's really going on? I need you to push it, pull it, or drag it. I need those cars that you have in your driveway that somebody left over there. Ask your TA to give you the title and use that bad boy for a trade-in, okay? We're doing a $2,000 minimum deal on any of those vehicles, even if we got to pick them up, all right? We're buying vehicles heavily. Come check us out right here. We're going to be hot all summer. We have deals on all of our new vehicles. We got some left right now with 0% deals, and we're making deals all across the board. Only here at Permian Ford Lincoln, Hobbs America, 1000 North El Paso Street.
The current fight for the Republican Party in New Mexico is hard. They're up against organizations like Emerge New Mexico and progressive liberals, moderate Democrats, and even some Republicans whose goals are to control your way of life, demonize oil and gas, grow the government, all while taking away your parental and constitutional rights. Randall Pettigrew is a constitutional conservative ready to battle them all. Get passionate, get involved, set your destiny. Stop allowing others to control you. If you're a constitutional conservative who wants to be informed, sign up for Randy's email updates at his website, RandallPettigrew.com. That's Randall, R-A-N-D-A-L-L, Pettigrew, Pettigrew.com.
Now hiring. SDR Enterprises in Hobbs is looking for an experienced mechanic with competitive pay, plus a haul truck driver and a vac truck driver. Apply online at SDREnterprisesLLC.com by clicking Contact Us or stop by 3901 South Eunice Highway in Hobbs. For dependable dirt work, hydrovac, trucking, and right-of-way seating, trust SDR Enterprises. Proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas. Call 575-393-8420 to schedule service. That's 575-393-8420. SDR Enterprises is an equal opportunity employer with strong family values.
Pecos Valley Rides Amusements Carnival is back at the Eddy County Fair. Over 30 rides like the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and zero gravity. For the kids, Jumbo, the Flying Elephants, the Carousel, the wet boats in real water, live pony rides, and more. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Get a wristband and ride all you want all day for just $40. Ad paid for by Eddy County and Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast for Southeast New Mexico is temperatures on this Wednesday reaching a high temperature. Roswell, 102 degrees. Carlsbad, Artesia, 101 degrees this afternoon. And Lovington at 99 degrees this afternoon as well, with a mostly clear sky. Lovington temperatures tomorrow at 101 degrees and Carlsbad at 103 degrees tomorrow. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. Home of the lifetime Permian Powertrain promise.
Let's get it on!
You're a lot smarter than I look.
We asked Southeast New Mexico what they wanted in a morning show, and they told us. We're tired of being asked what we want in a morning show. All right.
Both of us were banging our heads like two 16-year-olds, yelling at each other.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
828, we are beyond the Breakfast Club. The president speaking out this morning saying we will bomb one of Iranian bridges or power plants every time they attack a ship going through the straits. Saying, we're ready to deal, but we're not going to deal with you if you're not really ready to deal. How many times have we gone to the table with these people?
Countless.
Yeah.
Too many.
Too many. It turns out that they lied. All they're doing during the ceasefire, all they're doing is preparing to launch another attack on us. That's it. We're just giving them more time. So thank God. ESPN, man, I was looking at the people that are getting laid off from ESPN. You know, for a minute there, I was feeling sorry for them. But then I went, nah, not really feeling sorry. Ryan Clark, no, not feeling sorry for him. No, but they are pretty much cleaning house. And I think Disney has given them the opportunity. It's make or break. And you can't make money when you're bloated. So they are killing. I mean, Pat McAfee signed a deal. I think he's up to like 20. No, it's not that much. It's like $15 million a year. What would I do for $15 million a year? Wow, $15 million a year. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, all of these companies have ruined their name by going far left.
Yeah,
you know?
they woke, and then they figured it out that you can't. You know, I mean, ESPN has done one good thing. Jamal Hill got fired because of her racist comments, but now she's on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Spain goes back to Spain. You know, the Spanish World Cup team. And Ferran Torres sparked some attention in Madrid wearing a T-shirt that said, "Make Spain Great Again." Hat and T-shirt.
Nice.
Yeah. So they were like, we'll bring this back to Spain. We'll see how this works out. American products. I'm sure Spain is going to retaliate, but America is putting 50% tariff on any Canadian product. What's a product from Canada that you can't live without? Canadian Dry?
There is none.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's probably some whiskeys that people like from Canada, but can you find an alternative? Probably.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know of anything the Canadians do that we can't do better. Maybe whiskey. I don't know. AMC Entertainment stock jumped up 27% after America's largest movie theater chain posted record quarterly revenue at $1.6 billion. By the way, the best quarter in the 106-year history of AMC. And Olympic medalist Toshaki Shohima passed away, crashing his cycle in a race in Japan. What a way to go. Crashing your cycle. That's got to hurt. And remember Bald Eagle family that they've been doing the live stream of the family, Jackie and Shadow? Guess what happened? They had little bald eagles. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to grow hair, but I think they're going to be bald just like me and you. Well, and
Yeah.
FIFA. What's the economic impact of the FIFA in America? They put a dollar figure on it. It's quite high. What do you think it is?
300 million.
20
Yeah, 200 million.
billion dollar boost to the economy. $20 billion boost to the economy. Wow. Wow.
Well, people love soccer here now.
I guess. I'm just not a big soccer fan. Hey, well, so let's talk soccer. What do you think about them building the new United Soccer Stadium in Albuquerque?
And look, and now we have two stadium proposals, right?
Right,
we
right.
have the one at the Balloon Fiesta Park, and
Right.
now we have this monstrosity by the war zone area. And
Boy, that would be interesting.
honestly, yeah. I mean, look, anytime they do a big project in Albuquerque, it comes with hands out, right?
Right.
And there's usually favors, and somebody's cousin is going to make $1 million.
Exactly.
But, the people in the North Valley don't want that stadium down there.
Right.
They don't. But I do think that we need one.
Yeah, unless it's a huge economic boom. I mean, like, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. I don't want to say Dallas, Arlington. I mean, that's economic. Every time they have a game, every time they have a concert there, people are making money. It's a money-making venture. So that kind of makes sense when it comes to investing in stadiums. But we just saw the Chicago Bears. Chicago's like, no, we're not paying for your stadium. And now they're leaving. So if it's not good for the entire, I hate when the state invests in something like that. It's not beneficial for the whole state. It's not really fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, the United should have to put some skin in the game as well.
No doubt. Yeah, it shouldn't just be the communities.
Yeah. And I know the proposal on 4th Street, United would have to put some money in, and that's why they're hoping that the one off of Louisiana, the one in the war zone goes through, because then the state just picks up the tab and New Mexicans pick up the tab.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be in favor of that. Lubbock grand jury indicted the former Friendship ISD aide for voyeurism, Tay Harrell, arrested back in May of this past year after admitting to police that she acted inappropriately with a 7-year-old student. According to the affidavit from the Lubbock ISD police, Harrell made lewd comments about the student's breast size and lifted up her shirt so other staff members could see. 4 staff members witnessed the incident. It was captured on the classroom security video. In addition to criminal charges, Friendship ISD reported details to Child Protective Services and the State Education Board. Yeah, that's highly inappropriate. But, that latter part of that was they actually have classroom security videos. You can actually look in the classroom and see what's going on. This is
That's
the first
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's the first I heard about it. That's what it said. Captured by the classroom security video. We don't have that in New Mexico, do we? I don't think so.
Not that I know about.
I don't think so. All right, Richard Gere gets some pushback. White House pushing back after leftist actor Richard Gere blasted the Trump administration for doing away with the wasteful U.S. aid program, which for decades sent billions of dollars of American taxpayers funding far-left projects like transgender studies in Kenya and sending a lot of money to other countries. Gere spoke to Associated Press and has been very upset about this. Richard Gere, there's probably more pressing things for you to worry about. I don't know, like the inhumane treatment of gerbils. I would worry about that. But we were playing for sex changes in Guatemala, and maybe that's what he's concerned about. We were paying for DEI studies in Serbia. I mean, all kind of type of BS that we were paying for. And
Look, I'm sure there was someone he was getting a kickback from.
Maybe
that he's no longer getting, and that's why he's upset.
Yeah. Sad.
But not to mention that. Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Not to mention, there's all kinds of money missing.
Yeah.
Right? With USAID, there's just built. The Biden administration spent billions.
Well, it's an easy way of shuttling money back into a politician's pocket. Think about this. We send money directly, let's say Kenya. We send money to Kenya. Kenya drops some of that money into an offshore bank account for a politician. There's no accountability. There is zero accountability. So, and I read a lot of books about, a lot of these nonprofits that go into Africa, and it's, speaking of war zone, it's a war zone. And they say that only a fraction of the money gets to the people that it's supposed to go for. Just a fraction.
Well, I mean, that's how the Clintons made their wealth, right?
No doubt.
When Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State, she would go into these African countries, and then all of a sudden Bill Clinton would follow her and get paid $2 million to give a speech.
Yep. Yeah, the Clinton Foundation is very, very corrupt. I don't think they're welcome back in Haiti. California toddler gets bitten by a rattlesnake. The sad story. Southern California family urging people to stay alert after their 3-year-old daughter was bitten by a rattlesnake. She bent down to pick up a package, an Amazon package, and outside the house. And the snake got startled because it was behind the package and bit her. So Ventura County Fire Department were called to the scene. 7 snake bites in 1 month, they say, in Ventura. And they say warmer weather, dry conditions, and so thank God the 3-year-old was going to be okay. They were able to get it to the hospital fast enough. And yesterday, the House passed a bill to expand research into the untapped energy source. And everybody's talking about, artificial intelligence, but a handful of Republicans signing on to this bill to advance geothermal technology. And they say this could be the key to the future. Wait for it. New Mexico will be given tax breaks soon. Wait for it. We'll be given those tax breaks. Look, I'm open to any keys to the future. It's like solar and wind. It's not that I'm against solar and wind. I just want it to stand on its own. I have no problem with solar and wind. I just want it to stand on its own. I don't want to keep giving subsidies. Same thing with the film industry. If the film industry is good for New Mexico, great. How long can we pay for it, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these basically right now, if these big studios are coming into New Mexico and they're, if they're filming $100 million movie, they're getting $75 million in subsidies.
Right.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Well, and the same thing when we give all this money to Virgin Galactic, and then we have to pay for, our logo to be on the side. And when they did that, they paid $1 million. That wasn't approved by legislators. That was the governor saying, yeah, give them $1 million. After we gave them all that money, they should be giving us $1 million. It's like Branson needs more help making money. That's just, and outside of people in New Mexico, I guarantee you I could go to most states and show them the symbol and go, what's this? And nobody would be able to tell me what it is. Most people have no idea outside of New Mexico. All right, they're looking into insider trading. Now, let me ask this. Is Congress the one that should be looking into insider trading? I mean, that's kind of, I'm just asking.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, considering a lot of them are insider trading,
Yeah. I mean, that goes Republican, Democrat. It really doesn't matter. Most of these people go to Washington, D.C., and they're not wealthy. And within 2 years, they're wealthy. I mean, we don't have, look, I don't even have to mention folks like AOC. I don't have to mention, but look at Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham worked 30 years, served in our military. And, people that are just starting out in the military, they don't make a lot of money. But corporals, generals, they make pretty decent money. And then he served 20 plus years in Congress, and his net worth is 1.39 million. And there's a meme going around with people like Pelosi and AOC going, this guy didn't know how to play the game. So I'm all for insider trading. I think we've got bigger problems with PACs and all kind of other stuff. But here's what Mike Johnson said.
This week, House Republicans are going to take an important step to restore Americans' faith and trust in Congress and in American elections with the Stop Insider Trading Act. As Leader Scalise noted, this is something the American people have been very interested in for a long, long time. We have finally cobbled together what we believe is the vote coalition to make that happen. Too often, Americans struggling to make ends meet have watched as lawmakers have entered office to leave as multimillionaires. There's a handful of glaring examples. A couple of those people are still serving, notably on the Democrat side. The Stop Insider Trading Act does exactly what it says. It bans members of Congress from purchasing individual stocks from publicly traded companies, and it helps prevent public officials from profiting from inside information. It's a very logical thing to do.
That's a hard thing to do, because all you have to do is hire somebody to manage your money and give them the insider information.
You got a broker, you give them money, you do it under a shell company. I mean, there's still ways to do it.
It's very hard to end that. You know, when people say Mamdani is going to be a vice presidential pick, serious. Kamala Harris is talking about it. She has met with him, more than 12 times. He will never be president of the United States, but can he do damage as a vice president? Can you imagine sending him to other countries to badmouth America?
Well, what happens if he becomes vice president and Kamala, God forbid, got killed?
Yeah.
What would happen? Would someone else become president?
I think that's the way it works.
Well, let me just say this. I hope the Democrat Party runs someone like Mondami for president, because he would never win in a million years. I mean, you would see an uprising across the country.
We say that, but I don't know. I really don't. I mean, you have more faith than I have.
Yeah, well, socialism doesn't work. And
Well-
by the end of Mondami's term, I mean, look, they're going around saying, "Oh, Mondami balanced the budget." Yeah, it's because he borrowed billions of dollars from
Yeah,
the state,
thank
so he
you.
didn't really balance anything.
That's like balancing your home budget and living on the credit cards, cashing out your credit cards and going, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, and you're seeing job creators flee New York right now. So by the time he gets to the end of his administration, they're going to be even further in debt.
I think so.
All the job creators are going to have left, and you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of liberal tards who don't create jobs, don't work, and
Yeah.
just siphon money off the government.
Amen. So he's talking about 2028 already. Listen to what he said yesterday.
And we know that in 2028, yes, we have an opportunity to move beyond the current federal administration. And that begs the question, to what? And I think that it is time to be able to not only have a vision, but to deliver on that vision. And what we're showing here in New York City is that it is possible to put working people back at the heart of our politics and then also deliver for them at the same time.
Yeah, that key word is working people.
I was just going to say that. That guy's never worked a day in his life.
No, he really has not worked a day in his life.
And the people he's talking about aren't working people, because the actual people that he's pandering to are the ones who want free crap.
Yeah. But, and how about, we did this earlier in the week. When it comes to like cash benefits in New York, $3.2 billion in 2025. $3.2 billion. How can you sustain that long term? Nobody is working. But he's one of them. He's never really had. I mean, at least Obama was he was an organizer, community organizer. This guy's never had a real job. Crazy. Man accused of orchestrating a Medicare fraud scheme has been arrested in Louisiana. His name is Kamil Mohammed Satar, was captured Monday, transported back to the United States, and has been accused of stealing. Now, look, his cases run all the way through 2019. That's when everything started, 2019. And getting government kickbacks. He's also been charged with bribery, money laundering, and additional charges. And they said it's just not Louisiana. He also set these schemes up in Oklahoma and Georgia, and they're looking into that. He had fled the country. They picked him up. They believe that there's probably $134 million in other states. I don't know if you saw this yesterday. They put a pause on Medicare and Medicaid to some providers in California yesterday. They're saying $5 billion in fraud. You want to know why insurance is so much? You want to know why our medical industry is charging us so much? Fraud. That and Obamacare. All these people signing up, and they're not even part of the system. We've got a real problem in America when it comes to medical care. You've got elderly people that have to go to a specialist, and it's costing them $200 out of pocket, and they're only making $900 to $1,000 a month off of Social Security. We've got a problem. We got a real problem. All right, well, we're going to get to the boob of the day coming up next morning show this morning, being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving this morning, you're on 128 and you need fuel, exit Buck Jackson Road. Go down less than 3 miles. You'll see them. They're a covered area. They've got a large facility. They sell unleaded green diesel, red diesel, DEF, and you don't have to be a member. No. They're open to the public. They accept fleet cards, credit cards, and debit cards 24/7. They are available right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Be safe on the road from the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Will on the tax boob of the day up next.
All right, so Richard Gere pushing back those gerbils, says Jeffro.
Pushing back.
Yeah, if taxpayers buy a stadium, we need free tickets. Roy from Jowl says, I don't want my tax money spent on a soccer stadium. Hey, stuff from Canada. We need Canadian bacon. Someone said, what about maple syrup? He needs to shut up and let Elias talk. He interrupts Elias way, and he's way more informative than B.
We
Gotta love our
have
listeners, B.
a little bit of a delay.
We do. A little bit of a delay. And there again, B's the host, guys. Wait till Elias gets his show. He's going to be talking like crazy.
We haven't worked together enough to know our stuff, how we do things.
Yeah.
So wait a second. I think this is a kiss my butt moment. Yes. Okay. There you go.
My favorite smell is the shotgun powder on opening morning of dove season, says Vern from Wink. Roasting green chili and leather is my favorite smell. Fresh cut hay. Of course, that's the question of the day. What's your favorite smell? Smell of the fresh, tall pine trees in the morning. Smell of fresh cut hay and wet pine tree. Let's see here. We've got the government works anytime they do a project. All their friends get paid. Look at the White House ballroom. The donors that have $400 million received $50 billion in government contracts. Boy, Haller, you're kind of making me think that maybe we should change your name a little bit, buddy.
I think you're oil liberal Haller.
Yeah. Richard Gere pushed it. Oh, yeah, we did that one. St. Jude Energy says, we don't need, nor do we want a soccer stadium. Let the voters vote for or against it. It won't pass. Same with the mosque in the similar location. Let the taxpayers decide, not the politicians. Man, guys, you better be careful talking about the Clintons. People seem to end up dead when they get on their bad side. They don't care about New Mexico.
Yeah. Thank God I got life insurance.
It's all Democrats, right? Look at Michelle Lujan Grisham, the guy that sued her for the touch. He died, 2 years later?
Yeah, the crotch grabber. Yeah, he got killed. So, guys, it blows my mind. We have neighbors. Okay, we already read that one. That was John. I think John from Eunice resent it. Let's see. His favorite smell before and after the rain. I used to like the way cocaine smells. Todd, we understand that.
Todd,
wow. I'm glad it was used to. I love the smell of. Okay, never mind. That's gross, NPR lover. I can't read that.
You guys are terrible.
Before we build the soccer stadium, people in Albuquerque need to remember how bad the ART bus program ended up.
Well, what's bad about this is that the city of Albuquerque put this to a vote a few years ago, and they voted it down. So now the city went around them, right, and went around the vote, and they're going to build it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these municipalities, they don't care what the voters say. They don't care what the people think. If they have something that they think is what they want to do, they're going to do it come hell or high water.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, GRT taxes, again, here in Albuquerque, they tried to raise GRT taxes. The citizens told them, no, we don't want it.
Hey.
It failed. And then 2 months later, they reintroduced it.
Yeah.
Monica would have read the text from NPR lover. Probably. She would have read a lot of texts this morning.
Oh, yeah.
That would have gotten us all in trouble. I'm just saying, you guys have been extra. The smell thing. I don't know if I'm gonna have to talk to me about questions. Most of these are good. Like Leatherneck says, I love the smell of cordite anytime. If Kamala was president, Madami vice president, Kamala dies, Speaker of the House becomes president. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think it is. Yes.
I love the smell of tire smoke on the tarmac, I'm guessing. Or tarmac, maybe. I don't know. I can only imagine how much trouble Monica would be in reading off the answers today. Look, there's a lot.
Will, you're gonna have to show me the ones that you're not reading.
Oh, I
wanna see
will.
those.
You can go back and look at these anytime. It's fun. What's fun too is to actually, some of the liberal texters go back and read all the times they text and some of the things they say. It's pretty funny. Oil Hauler, I'm more red than blue, but it doesn't mean I'm going to ignore when crap like this happens. Well, I mean, did it happen though? I mean, I'm just curious.
I mean, look, part of that money was money that they owed in the lawsuit. How much they owed him? 20 million, 200 million. And
well, yeah, the defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
And there again, how much of that was the Trump put forward, and how much of it is U.S. tax dollars? Because if I agree with you, if it's tax dollars and it's going for buddy programs, it shouldn't happen regardless of the party. But I think we're not looking at how much money was actually from Trump's defamation lawsuit that he put back in to the country. And if we look at all of that, it takes on a different picture.
And that was Google. That was Google that paid that money. And
was it
Trump,
Google? I thought it was ABC. But
I think it was Google, and he could have taken that money himself, and he said just put it towards the ballroom. Yeah, I definitely think it was Google. I'm going to go back and look that up. But I mean, that was $200 million that Trump could have just put in his back pocket. And he said, no, we need the ballroom. Put it in the ballroom. Okay. Put it in the ballroom.
Here's the first one of these. I haven't seen this one. I was expecting it, but I hadn't seen it until now. Corey said, I love the smell of top grade weed being smoked.
Well, you smell that all over the state.
I was going to say, there's no shortage of that. So you can have that pretty much wherever. Yeah, they all get excited about the World Cup hype, and now they want to push for a stadium again, said one of the texters. So it looks like that's got us caught up, B.
All right, let's get to the boob of the day. When we come back, we'll talk about the Biden recordings that this case should go all the way to Supreme Court. We'll talk about that. Boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Not feeling well, maybe tired all the time. Your get up and go is gone. Maybe the libido is non-existent. Go talk to Desert Functional about men's health today. Could be low testosterone. Could be. Ladies, if you're dealing with hormonal issues, go talk to them because they do a thing called hormonal optimization. If your testosterone's low, your estrogen is high, it can cause a lot of issues. Go check them out today. They also can take care of pain. They offer stem cell therapy and ozone therapy, and they get down to the root cause of the issue and treat the issue. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, 575-964-8025. Check them out today. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
So mimes are a little like clowns. They're fine from a distance, but most people don't want to actually engage with them, especially in unexpected places like, I don't know, on a dark path at night. On Sunday, police in Massachusetts arrested a man who has been hanging around on a walking trail dressed as a meme, acting suspicious. I mean, a mime. Sorry, mime, not meme. Mime. Locals say that they've supported him in an area frequently, and they don't like it, mostly because they don't understand what he's doing in costume, especially in the evening when it gets darker. He's a 29-year-old man named Herman Lux, and he's facing 3 counts of criminal harassment. It's unclear exactly what got him arrested, but it doesn't sound like he was harmless. There are accounts that he would strip down to his underwear and do other weird stuff, like leaving eggshells around, while following people, staring at them, especially women. He pleaded guilty to the charge, not guilty to the charge, excuse me. Apparently, he also fainted in court, which was caught on video. So, dressing like a meme and being creepy, congratulations, bro. You are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. Biden's recordings, we'll talk about that. That'll be one of the last stories. Should we be able to hear the recordings from between him and the writer when he said things that he probably shouldn't have said? I think we should. And the Treasury Department stops nearly $100 million in payments to dead people. We'll dive into that. And a judge bars the deportation of ICE witnesses. There is a special visa that you can get if you testify against individuals. A couple of weeks ago, we had the story where the gentlemen were arrested in Louisiana, and they were running a scheme, and it's a special visa that if you're actually testifying in criminal cases, you get to stay in the country. So now they're saying the individuals that were part of that Houston case are going to stay in the country. We'll dive into that and more coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, a trusted name in Southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction and siding. They offer residential services. They specialize in commercial and industrial type metal buildings also. So if the house needs to be remodeled from the outside, they offer siding, windows, doors, seamless gutters. They can take care of your roof. You've got some hail damage. They offer a metal roof and a shingle roof. Call them today. Seminole Siding and Construction.com. That number, 575-391-1430. Call today. We're coming right back, 9:01. We are Beyond the Breakfast Club. KWMW Malchamora, 105.1 FM. KWES 93.5 and Ruidoso. Also, Conservative Talk ABQ, KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9 in Albuquerque, and KNMQ 20.1 TV Albuquerque and Santa Fe, streaming all over the place. Go to the website and check us out at beandthebreakfastclub.com. We're coming right back. We're Beyond the Breakfast Club. It's already 9:02.
News this hour is being brought to you by C&M Electric of Lovington, offering commercial and residential services in Southeast and South Central New Mexico with over 30 years of experience. C&M Electric LLC of Lovington, offering commercial and residential services in Southeast and South Central New Mexico. Whether it's oil field, agricultural, industrial, automation, and alarm systems, they also offer panel fabrication and power line work. C&M Electric provides generator rentals and shore power light towers, as well as small to large temporary power distribution centers for drilling, frac, and workovers. Call the experts at C&M Electric today and rest assured that there is no job too big or too small for them to handle. Call 575-396-2692. C&M Electric LLC, licensed, bonded, and insured with over 30 years experience.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. Officials are working to fill 300 vacant positions at the New Mexico VA amid a growing doctor shortage, including a shortage of anesthesiologists. New Mexico as a whole faces one of the most severe physician shortages in the country. 32 of the state's 33 counties are designated health professional shortage areas, leaving many New Mexicans waiting months for care, traveling out of state, or turning to emergency rooms for non-urgent needs. The state needs nearly 10,000 more healthcare providers to meet national standards, according to the New Mexico Healthcare Workforce Committee. A Houston woman is accused of stealing nearly $70,000 from a Roswell auto dealership where she worked. The New Mexico Department of Justice says 40-year-old Rochelle Ruffin used her access to Crumlin Auto Group's accounting software to cancel and reroute checks meant for customers and vendors, sending the money to herself, family, and friends. Investigators say the scheme included 25 payments ranging from $600 to nearly $5,000. The department says the background check missed 2 prior felony convictions from Harris County, Texas, including a 2014 identity theft case. Ruffin faces 25 counts and up to 58 years in prison if convicted. She's being held in Texas and will be extradited to New Mexico. Federal prosecutors investigating Jeffrey Epstein still haven't shared New Mexico-related materials with the state, according to a letter from former Attorney General Hector Balderas to current Attorney General Raul Torres. Balderas says his office was investigating Epstein's Zorro Ranch property in Santa Fe County in 2019 when it learned of a broader federal investigation into Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. He says his office and federal prosecutors then agreed his investigations would pause witness interviews and prosecutors would refer state-related matters back to New Mexico once their case concluded. The letter follows Torres' recent claim that the federal government has delayed releasing records his office needs to investigate the case. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
And let's take a look at your KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. The jam up is getting heavier on the southbound side of Coors Boulevard after Coors Road as you head toward Paseo del Norte. After that, there are some brief delays all off toward I-40 there. Not as bad, but they are getting heavier as well. At the eastbound side of Alameda, watch out for delays near Coors Road. Then again toward North Valley, getting heavier as you head toward 2nd Street. And you'll find delays again toward I-25. And you're seeing delays getting heavier on Paseo del Norte going eastbound approaching 2nd Street, as well as in toward I-25 itself. The southbound side of I-25 is calling for heavy from San Mateo Boulevard toward Montgomery Boulevard. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. Brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9.
Your crew brings their best, not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Where does Michelob Ultra Pure Gold taste most refreshing? Anywhere the sun shines. A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, organic light lager. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Light Lager, St. Louis, Missouri. Certified organic light lager.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos here, Permian Ford Lincoln, Hobbs, America, 1000 North El Paso Street in Hobbs. I want to make sure that you guys know that we are heavily buying vehicles right now, guys. That is right. As we're selling them, we're having an amazing month. We're hiring people, and we're also buying vehicles. So anything that you have to sell us, come meet the guys. Come meet the Big Blue Gorilla. Come do it. We are the home of the Permian Powertrain Promise, and we'll make you some great deals. Come give us an opportunity to give you a bid on your vehicle. Bring it down. 1000 North El Paso Street, Hobbs, America.
Pecos Valley. Rides Amusements Carnival is back at the Eddy County Fair. Over 30 rides like the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and zero gravity. For the kids, Jumbo, the flying elephants, the carousel, the wet boats in real water, live pony rides, and more. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Get a wristband and ride all you want all day for just $40. Ad paid for by Eddy County and Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Shut up! Now back to your morning show.
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford, with the goal of being your #1 Ford dealer in New Mexico and West Texas.
Talk to me like you know me.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Rest assured, you're not going to learn a thing here.
If we get caught, we're going to jail. Well, Will Rooney, you might have to look at this computer. It looks like Microsoft. I don't know if it's the blue screen of death, but I got a warning here that says I have to call a number. Yeah, I think we got hacked.
Yeah, lovely. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can turn it off. And don't ignore. You could be at risk. Sure, whatever. All right, robot umpires in baseball. You guys a fan of that?
I mean, might be more accurate.
Well, that's
the
what
Tom
they're,
Hayes.
yeah, they're saying that it's, for older people, that older umpires, their calls are getting reversed at a higher rate than younger folks.
They should definitely. They should definitely be have to be checked, especially their eyes.
Yeah.
Make sure their eyes are good.
Yeah, that might be a problem, but
Look, I'm not for umpires losing their job, but maybe we could have, the robot backup.
yeah, but does that slow things down when they go back like a new automatic ball strike system? Doesn't it slow it down a little bit, the game?
It's baseball. Can you slow it down much more?
Well, that's the problem.
I know.
That is the problem. All right, Will, mark your calendar. Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday hits theaters December 18th. Put it down on your phone right now. December.
Already done.
December 18th.
Spider-Man coming out in a couple weeks or next week, whenever that is.
And I saw this story and I had to giggle because drugstore, CVS, announcing they are going to start dispensing cats and dog medication prescriptions, antibiotics, allergy medication, flea and tick treatments, and that type of stuff. I didn't even know there were painkillers and insulin for dogs and cats.
Oh, yeah. You have diabetic animals.
Really? And the U.S. seized over 1,000 internet websites that were showing the World Cup illegally. Huh. Why weren't most of those games on free channels to begin with?
I guess it depends on where you live.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And what cable system you already have. I mean, I don't know if they were free, but
Yeah. I mean, I saw on Amazon most of the games were up there. 66 men, 40 women took part in the annual Lumberjack World Championships in Wisconsin. 16 states and 9 countries represented. And no pictures of the women that were there as part of the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I'm sure there wasn't any picture.
Yeah, no flannel, flannel teddies. Gives a whole new
no
meaning.
pictures
to
of the girlfriends that were standing there with them.
Yeah. Looks like Biden's recording case. So legal analysts are saying that they're celebrating the federal judge's decision to allow the release of the audio recordings and transcripts from former President Joe Biden and his ghostwriter. So U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia voted 2-1 in a ruling yesterday. It would make that Monday for the they believe the public's interest in the recording and the transcripts, they believe it's valid. So Biden has until August 3rd to prevent the release of these documents by appealing to the U.S. Supreme Court. The audio was taken from 2016 to 2017, and they have been blocking that being released. Well, I think maybe we will get some insight into his cognitive ability with these, because he's just speaking off the cuff.
Yeah, and it's the property of the U.S. people. You know, if the American government paid for this ghostwriter, well, then it's our property. We should get to hear it.
Yep. Treasury Department stops nearly $100 million in payments to dead people. Are you surprised?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not surprised.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. We are actually paying dead people. By the way, that number they say is probably larger than 100 million. And a judge bars deportation of witnesses in the fatal ICE shooting in Houston. Now they're calling this guy the Mexican home builder. Was he really a Mexican home builder? Or was he like a subcontractor? Or did he actually get out there and build homes? I don't know.
He was an illegal immigrant.
Yeah. The Mexican home builder. I think they're AP's trying to water down the story. The Mexican home builder.
You think?
Yeah, like he came here as a favor to us because we didn't have enough home builders.
Well, show me one liberal organization that actually calls them an illegal immigrant.
No, 100%.
None of them.
Or even says that they're in the country illegally.
So the 3 passengers in the car are going to get to stay in America. Judge bars the deportation of the witnesses in this case. And last week, it was reported that the attorney for multiple individuals that were in that van, their attorney has filed papers to keep them here in America, that they cannot be deported. Well, the judge stepped up and said, no visa necessary, because we're just going to bar the deportation of any witnesses involved in this case. Nothing new.
Then we need to keep.
Go ahead.
We need to keep them in custody then.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. I doubt if that's. But, the crazy thing is that you have, they found drugs in the vehicle. So they found methamphetamine in the vehicle. So who did the drugs belong to?
Yeah. They need to be remanded in custody. If we're not going to deport them, then remand them to custody and leave them there. A lot of these judges, they're wreaking havoc on our country, and needs to stop. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, they're just following the law. No, these judges are all politically motivated too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, Leanne Rhymes shares more than maybe she should have shared. Now, her husband was there, but Leanne Rhymes spending her road trip to California. She's back in Nashville now. Naked, hot tub with her husband. At least it was her husband. We got to look at so pictures are out there and they were shared. Is it Leanne Rhymes just trying to be, she was on a Lifetime movie back in the day.
Is there a problem with a wife being skinny dipping with her husband in a hot tub?
Yeah, I don't know about the pictures. Well, I haven't seen them, so I'm not going to judge.
Are they pictures that she took, or are they pictures someone else took and they were perving on them?
Yeah, maybe that you're right about that. And another bear story. Woman attacked by a brown bear while hiking with a friend and 3 dogs in Alaska. Well, when I see Alaska, I go, yeah, everything is kind of wild there. South of Anchorage, they're in the Bear Valley area when a bear attacked them. Well, maybe Bear Valley.
I was going to say, that sounds like...
Some of these stories...
I don't know, maybe it makes sense.
Yeah, maybe some of these stories write themselves. They really, really do. All right, let's check text line. Our number 877-396-9105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Check them out in Roswell. Farm and Ranch Supplies, Western Wear, feed for your animals, certified Purina dealer. They have more than that, though. Trailers, tank, tack, fencing material. They've got everything you might need if you live on a farm or a ranch. Looking for Western Wear. Looking for work gear. They've got it. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Also find them at Capitan, Lincoln County Mercantile. Will and the text.
So St. Angry says, hey, Will, I was curious, why are we hearing traffic updates from Albuquerque when we're so far away? Well, we are, but Elias isn't. He's in Albuquerque. And so are a lot of our listeners, not only on the TV on KNMQ that's watching up in Albuquerque, but also on our conservative talk station. It's AM 700, FM 96.9. So we've got 3 radio stations we do Be in the Breakfast Club on now. And so one of them is in Albuquerque. Now, at some point, we'll separate those breaks so that they'll be on each individual station. But at the moment, they're all together. So you're just having to, they have to hear Southeast New Mexico weather in Albuquerque. I'm sure Albuquerque's going, I don't want to hear Hobbs weather and Roswell weather and Carlsbad weather. But guess what? They are. And then you have to hear their traffic. Sorry, guys. Brisket in the oven, pot of beans on the stove, bread in the bread maker, and NFL on the TV. Those are the best Sundays ever and the best smell, says Chris in Roswell. Let's see. Guys, so the Democrats, especially Tampon Timmy, are defending him, pardoning a child rapist, and are screaming their lungs out about him being deported. They're defending a child rapist while at the same time constantly calling Trump a rapist and demonizing him about supposedly raping a woman who came out and said he didn't even physically rape her or touch her.
Yep.
They can't seem to differentiate between the two. You'd have to be riding the short bus not to see these people's hypocrisy. That's from John from
Well, and the other, this guy continuously raped a little girl starting when she was 5 years of age. 5 years of age. Pardon. Crazy.
So Artesia fan says, now I'm looking for Leanne's picks. I was going to do the same a little later, but I'm doing a radio show at the moment. See what, I'm not that I'm pervert on anything. I don't know. Anyway, love the smell of napalm in the morning. Several more of those this morning. Since they charged our district, should we be able to vote against issues since they changed our district, said Roy from Jow. Shouldn't we be able to vote against issues they're passing in Albuquerque? You would think, Roy. Since they made it part of, our congressional district, right? LMFAO mimes are like live action memes. Yes, I know. My nice little slip of the tongue there, guys. Will they put the special flooring in the new soccer stadium to soften the flopping? I have my favorite smells, but fresh baked bread is definitely at the top of the list. And then someone says the Circus Tent in Carlsbad does not have a 666 on it.
Okay.
Marty from Albuquerque says napalm in the morning, like some of the others. Charlie had said, good morning, be in the Breakfast Club. Have a blessed day. Love the smell of fresh tortillas being made in the morning.
Oh,
The Bad Boy Biker says Richard Gere did not declaw the gerbils. That's why he ended up in the hospital. All right. I think that gets us caught up.
I don't even want to know about the practice, even though you could probably look that up on YouTube, I'm sure. But just be pre-warned that if you do, you'll have nothing but gerbil sales that are popping up on your screen for the next 2 weeks. All right, let's get you updated with news this morning. We'll come back. Good news of the day up next. News being brought to you by La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. Savings going on throughout the entire store. Beef chuck roasts, $5.98 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops, just $1.98 a pound. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $2.28 a pound. And raw shrimp, $6.99 a pound. Washington cherries, $2.99 a pound. Also in the produce department, New Mexico green chilies, 99 cents a pound. How about large seedless grapes, green or red, $1.99 a pound. Don't forget, download the exclusive digital coupons on the website today. 24-pack of the Sante water. Get $1 off today. Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite. Get a 10-pack, 7.5-ounce cans for $5.99. Or if you're looking for Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and make that Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Big Red, 2 12-packs for $12. And in the deli department, get the oven-roasted turkey breast for $7.28 a pound, Black Forest ham for $5.28 a pound. And don't forget, at La Tienda in Pecos, Texas, they always have the coldest beer in town. Check them out today. We're coming right back. Good news of the day. Up next, we're B and the Breakfast Club.
Fox News. I'm Therese Crowley. Dignified transfer this morning at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. The fourth fallen U.S. soldier, now identified as 28-year-old Sergeant Angel Rampersad of Queens, New York. She was killed by an Iran missile strike at the U.S. base in Jordan. President Trump, attending, says he has no interest in meeting with Tehran until they're ready to convene in a meaningful way. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Manila.
Ships are trying to go through the straits and they're getting blown up. Commercial ships are going through the straits and they're being blown up. The United States is defending that shipping and in addition is targeting the places that are launching against those ships to continue to degrade Iran's ability to target and harm global shipping.
Tropical storm Bertha pounding wind, rain, and surf across the Gulf shores. Warnings from Okaloosa, Florida to Morgan City, Louisiana, including New Orleans. America's listening to Fox News.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let's take a look at your KDEZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9. There are slowdowns in place on eastbound I-40 as you're heading toward I-25. I-25 northbound, there's a brief merging delay where traffic gets on from I-40. It's also causing a minor backup on westbound I-40 heading in from Carlisle Boulevard around toward the ramp to go north onto I-25. Alameda, that's slowing going eastbound approaching Coors Road, leading in toward North Valley near 2nd Street, and some heavy traffic toward I-25. The southbound side of I-25, you'll find your usual heavy backup near San Matino Boulevard, aimed toward Montgomery Boulevard, and you run better otherwise toward I-40 after that. KDAZ traffic on Conservative Talk, ABQ, AM 700, FM 96.9, brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you've been injured, call the Luke Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300, or visit them online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. That's an updated look at KDAZ traffic. I'm Rick Dixon for Conservative Talk, ABQ 700, FM 96.9.
Attention CDL drivers. Would you like to have a great trucking job?
McClaskey Oilfield Services, one of the leading service companies for the Permian Basin for the last 49 years, has openings for pump truck and vacuum truck drivers. If you have your CDL with tanker endorsement, 2 years of experience, a clean MVR, and can pass the DOT physical and drug screen, then McClaskey's Oilfield Services has a great job for you. With very competitive wages, quarterly safety bonuses, Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance for you and your family, life insurance, personal time off, 401k, uniforms, and many other benefits. For this great career opportunity, apply in person at McClaskey Oilfield Services, 5900 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McClaskey Oilfield Services, the next step in your oil field trucking career.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Get ready to make a splash before heading back to school. Join Lovington Main Street for Splash on Main, happening Saturday, July 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 106 East Central Avenue in Lovington. Bring the kiddos out for an evening packed with summer fun, including a water slide, dunk booth, and foam pit. You can also grab something delicious from some of our local vendors: Serrano Picante, Ember and Ash, Big Bear Ice Cream, and Brewed and Dirty. Don't miss this fun-filled evening for the whole family. That's Splash on Main, Saturday, July 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. at 106 East Central Avenue in Lovington. We'll see you there. At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
I decide when I'm done. All right, 9:27. We're going to get to the good news of the day. New reports just coming out. Wallet Hub. Guess who's last in education again? Anybody know?
New Mexico?
Yeah, we're pretty much stuck at last place. I mean, we're kind of used to it, but we're in last place again.
We're number one in drug addiction too.
Yeah, we definitely are. So, and it's not even close. I mean, Alaska is at 34.68, and we're at 29.96. Massachusetts at 74.74.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we get.
I'm just like, we have thrown all this money and we're not any better. It's nuts. All right, good.
Well, how do these big blue areas and these blue states and blue cities not see that if they keep getting electing people like that, they're going to keep getting what they've always got?
Well, and you get what you get, I guess, is what they believe. All right, good news of the day this morning being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington. He's right across the street from Bob's Thriftway, 575-396-0513. Home auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with him. Proud sponsor this morning of the good news of the day.
So 6 volunteer firefighters in Pennsylvania helped carry a 100-pound senior dog out of the forest after it got too exhausted to continue its hike. And this is not just a, short walk either. This team spent 4.5 hours carrying her nearly 2 miles down a steep mountain trail in a rescue blanket, stopping along the way to keep her hydrated. The firefighter said they were happy to help their sweet girl, as they said, and she is expected to make a full recovery. So that is your good news story for the day.
All right. Thank you guys for coming on. Me and Russ tomorrow. and then Monica back on Tuesday. So, God bless.
Hopefully we'll join from Albuquerque a little bit on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah.
And then I'll be at the Eddy County Fair today, 3 to 5. Stop by and check us out. If you would, we would greatly appreciate it. So Russ Black up next with Tradio. We'll get to that. Be in the Breakfast Club. We're out here. News this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, your choice for your next HVAC job. Our go-to guy, Enrique Rocha. He can be your go-to guy. 575-396-1999. Call him today. Russ Black is up next.
News this hour is being brought to you by C&M Electric of Lovington, offering commercial and residential services in Southeast and South Central New Mexico.